Welcome in, race fans. This is Jason with First Gear Network bringing you live coverage. Thursday Night Thunder, round one here in the Next Gen Cup Series. We are at Daytona. We're going to start it off with the bang, the biggest race of them all. Going to be action-packed. And looks like we're going to have a pretty strong field to start the season. We had over 20 drivers that were checked in of the 36 that have signed up to race this series, so we're expecting somewhere in the 20s for drivers tonight, which should make for a good sized field. So far we're at 15 drivers registered in so far for tonight's event, but the drivers still have a good 23 minutes to get in before qualifying starts. I want to thank you guys for joining me and tagging along on this ride. Let me double check a couple things, make sure we're good. Perfect. Okay, so that should be good. Go ahead and get our race info page up while we're watching some cars on track. We are scheduled for 130 laps in tonight's race. We're going to have stage breaks at lap 35 and lap 75. Probably a little bit later we'll hear over driver comms. Trevor will get on. He is the race admin for this series. He'll be going over the breakdown, and we do have the stage racing stage points just like the current Cup Series. We also have some bonus points for leading a lap, leading the most laps, and for the fastest lap of the race. And then we also, this is a 22-week race season where after the first 12 weeks, the top 10 drivers in points will qualify for the 10-race chase for the Cup. So we will have that as well. But those details will also get explained again once Trevor gets on and does his speech here at the end of practice, beginning of qualifying. So lot to take in tonight. We are going into the evening here at Daytona. 79 degrees is the ambient temp. Track temperature is at 81. 29% humidity. Partly cloudy skies and a slight 5-mile-an-hour breeze. As we get things loaded in here, we are up to 16 drivers registered, so they're still coming in as we're getting things going here. A lot of practice between drivers, bump drafting and such. Trying to figure out the max of what these cars can handle, what they can take. So the speed chart really isn't true to what cars can do individual now that we have a lot of drafting going on, but just looking at our timing and scoring chart, looks like Edwin James is the top dog on the charts right now with a 46.380 lap. But we're going to see a lot of that through practice here, and we'll see more. Obviously, qualifying will be single car runs, so no drafting. So we'll see what guys can do with the smoothest, fastest lap to set the grid for tonight's race. In this race series, we run 85% fuel on the fuel tank, so not a full 100% tank, so it creates a little bit more strategy when it comes to pit stops and such. There is 4 sets of tires in the pits for the drivers for each race. 1 fast repair to be used if your car gets damaged and where you need to quickly get it fixed, you can. And then we have 3 green-white checkers if the race does go into overtime, and to try to get the race to finish under green if possible, but no more than 3. Take a look at our manufacturers that we have so far tonight. Majority look to be Chevys. We've got 3 Fords in the field and 2 Toyotas, so that leaves us 11 Chevys. Out of the 16 drivers that have gone on track, we are up to 18 drivers that have registered for the field now, so that is growing still. Pretty good sized pack here. And we hear the 93 is pitting in, the 19 is blinking, a little bit of everything. There's another pack. See this pack trying to run 2 different groups of 3 to see if that outside line can gain momentum on that bottom line and maybe make some passes. Definitely going to be, you know, super speedway racing. You know, find your friends, work with your friends, and try to group up and have the battle of numbers. Shout out from Robert Groves. Dad and Mom wish you good racing, Jiminator. Shout out to Andrew Groves in the 19. Saw him a little bit ago. He was in the other pack that's on track. Good to have you guys along with us, Robert. Appreciate you. See, that outside line kind of got ahead of the inside line, but that outside line hasn't fully gotten clear. So definitely momentum is going to be tough. Certainly the numbers are even, but looks like that outside line, yep, 2 cars have gotten clear. Just the 3rd one hasn't yet. So we'll see if that bottom line forms back up and is able to get back by as they get closer to even. Here comes a run from the inside. Let's take a look at the rest of the field here. So we've got 16 minutes left. So we're going to start with the 8 of Edwin James. And then next on the speed charts right now, we'll just kind of go down the list. Taylor Curtin in the 4.
31 pitting this time.
Great looking car. You got a little dent on the front bumper from bumping bump drafting, it looks like. Then you have the 10, Nick Sutton. He's 3rd on the speed charts right now. 21 of Eric Broom. 93 is looking good. Jonathan is looking good. 32 of Jacob Rush. Hard to get a good look at him from the behind, but there's a good shot. Red and white. Chevy. And then you've got the 24 of Joshua O'Brien. Sig Sauer, 24. Good looking paint scheme. There's Andrew Groves, number 19, Bass Pro Shops, Toyota Camry. The Jiminator looks to try to get a win here tonight. 33 of Trevor Benz. He's in the blue Napa. I think that's a version of the 100th anniversary paint scheme. Yes, it is. Blue and gold. Let's see, who else do we got on track? Ben Summerford in the 2. And these car bodies just got redone by iRacing just a few weeks ago, and a lot of paint updates had to be made to make them fit with the new cowl hoods and designing and the way the nose got changed. So these cars do look a little bit different. It's not a ton different, but it is just a bit to match with the real life updates that they made. Got the 87. They're the 4th car in line. Patrick.
Good party.
4th car in line there, trying to hold on there in that Ford Mustang. There's the 80 of Mark Owlett on track.
Yo, is this working now?
Little rescue.
Yes, it is. I hear you.
And that's everybody I've gone through that's on track
Damn,
right now.
thought I got another chat band. He's like, you chat band again?
Some more drivers on track, so we'll have to wait to see some more cars. Let's try pit road.
We
Let's
can if you want.
pit road. There's the 13, the Eagle, Kyle Heath.
I thought he said his favorite word again.
And then
I'm pretty
there's
sure
the
I can take care
93
of that
there at the end of
myself
pit
in the
road.
pit rules.
Jonathan Hambrick and his Mustang. See Brendan Decker in the 31.
All good, buddy. I'm just playing.
Yeah, me too.
Michael Moquin in the 5, HendrickCars.com
Hey, Jason,
Chevrolet.
I don't know if you got a copy, but you remember that Chevy pickup truck I made that had chat band written all over it?
Yeah, I copy. I remember. Let's see, who else haven't we seen yet? Here we go. Donald Ray. Sorry to keep changing cars on you guys. I'm just trying to figure out who we haven't seen yet. White GM Good Wrench Chevrolet. There's the 77. Nolan Milnes on track. RaceEPI.com. Chevrolet. Orange and black. Great scheme. Always love that paint scheme on that car. Got Alex Fuller out there in the 45. He's on Ford Mustang. U.S. Postal Service, we deliver for you on the side of that car. And then let me take a click here. Joseph Klein in the, says 14 on the side, but he's supposed to be in the 67 RaceEPI.com car. Do a refresh on paints to make sure I'm not missing something there. A small pack here, 5 cars still hanging out together. The 8, the 4, the 33, 24, and the 2. Let's see, Jonathan Hambrick is out on track by himself here. His paint will reload, I promise. There it goes. It's reloading everybody's paints right now. Apologies. Let's see, now it just reloaded Joseph's. We'll take a look and see if it's updated. I still see a 14, so we'll just have to be mindful of that. That is the 67 in my speed charts, but the 14 on the paint. You see the 5 gets loose on the apron.
Donald. Oh no.
Honey Bunny chimes in. Good luck, guys. Hey, 19 grows. Truck 12 to base. We are down to just about 10 minutes left of practice, just over 10 minutes. So we're getting close to these guys getting on track for qualifying, setting the grid for tonight's race, and then we will have the green flag and get this thing underway. We're a little bit behind schedule. We would normally be just a few minutes away from qualifying, but we had race lobby issues, so we had to recreate one and get it going, so we're a little bit longer than what we'd like to be. We will be going racing here in about 20 minutes. 10 minutes till qualifying and another 10 till the green flag. Big bump from the 8 to the 33 there on the bottom. These cars are really got some really big runs, so you're going to see, you know, I don't see any damage visually on the front of the 8 there. Oh, contact between the 24 and 33. Looks like a bit of a handful on these cars tonight. For those of you that were with us for last week's Week 1 ARCA Series race on Friday night, we do have a new claimant rule that is followed for all of our series racing. So we will see some of that throughout tonight's race for any of our incidents. I'll be partially involved with making sure that we get that called out and notated correctly for the race to help these guys out, as I hope they do the same for me on Saturday nights when I'm in the car and Edwin's in the booth. So should be able to keep things in line and ready to go and keep everything fair and fun for everybody involved. Tune in in here on the 77 and the 67 and the 5 working together here in practice. Big bumps back and forth, trying to create as much speed as they can, and watching their engine temperatures, as that'll come into play. Super speedway racing, you can get tucked behind a car pushing really hard, and then the engine can get hot and overheat and even explode. So some of these guys may try to figure out in practice what that threshold is, so that way they know how hard they can push when it comes time for the race. So we see the 67 and 77 coming down pit road, and the 67 got a black flag. The 77 did not. And the 5 is crashed. Gonna need a backup car for that 5 car. That thing is totaled. Catching back on with who else is on track. Let's see. Andrew on track here. Looks like that's the 93 of Jonathan Hambrick working with him.
Cover his practice. I don't care.
I don't think he sounded very sorry to me.
He actually does care. It's really affecting his mental health now.
Alright, as we tune in here, see what else is going on. Just checking in with our guys here to see if got some messages. Gonna do something real quick just to make sure. I think I've got somebody trying to get in, so I want to check and see if we can get them squared away. May not be able to do that. We're going to see if it allows me to while still not interrupting the broadcast. Which I may have to shorten that just to take that out of the way. And I'll see what number he wanted. Well, maybe if it works.
I'm with you here, Ben.
Okay, we got him in there.
That's what they do. My bad. I was fucking around with my steering wheel.
Replay of the 5 crash. I think I can do that. Let's go to the 5. Sorry, I didn't see that immediately. I was just trying to get that new member put in. Let's go back a lap. Boom! Hard into the inside wall. And bam! Oh, what a hit. Let's go on his roof here for that. Still at, oh, what a hit. What did he hit that wall at? 100,
Either I had
100 miles an hour?
forever.
Yeah,
They
101.
made every vehicle dart all over the place.
Okay, guys. We're going to have a pre-race meeting, announcement, whatever you want to call it. tonight we're at Daytona, of course, 130 laps. Stages will be lap 35 and lap 75. The caution will come out when the 10th place finisher crosses the line. Also, we have something new come into this series. The leader has lane choice, so whoever gets pulled, just announce it before we start rolling, which lane you want, inside, outside. On restarts, we're going to do, the leader's going to call out what lane he wants to be full, 1 lap to go. We have 4 sets of tires.
Yeah, it was. It was a hard hit, Robert. That was a big one.
We have 1 point for leading a lap, 2 points for leading the most laps, and 3 points for the fastest lap. And we have top 10 for stage points. Of course, the winner of each stage gets 10, and the last place, which is 10th place, gets 1 point. And the regular points are the same. It goes down 1 point per position. We also introducing the claim rule. So if you cause an accident, claim it. You have 2 times you get an EOL. The 3rd time you will be parked for the night. If you're not claiming the incident and you're causing a lot of wrecks and stuff, after we do the review, you will be penalized in some sort. So I hope everyone has a good race tonight. I thank you for joining, and thank you, Jason, for broadcasting.
All right, shout out to Trevor for getting us all set there with the rules and breakdown for how this series is going to be run. We do have leader has lane choice, so that's something different you'll see on Thursday and Saturday nights when we're live. So the start of the race and restarts, the leader will have the choice on if they want the inside or outside line. I know last season when we were running trucks, we tried to choose cone for everybody, and that became a bit of a mess. So until iRacing kind of gets the settings a little bit better for that, we're going to stay away from that. But we're definitely working that way with at least the leader having lane choice, because it really doesn't create any issues when it comes to black flags or restart penalties for the field. So.
Also, one last thing I forgot. The prizes for the end of the season will be announced later this week. Sorry, I've been slacking, but I will get that done for y'all by the end of this week.
All right, so practice is under a minute left. We have, oh, here's a car that we haven't seen yet. The 66 Todd Smith on track. Mr. High Side. Got Han on the car as usual. We see a lot of that on his paints. Good looking paint though.
Also, it was just brought to my attention the yellow line. You can go below the yellow line for qualifying, but you cannot go below the yellow line during the race at all. If you do, you must give the position back. And if it's at the end of the race for the win or something, you will be penalized in some sort for the admin. So just keep that in mind. Good luck, everybody.
Well, we're about ready to go here into qualifying as the timer is hit 0 in practice. We are going to go to qualifying right now. We're going to set the field for tonight's race. And we will keep the scoring pylon up to show our time so we can see. I didn't get to see it, Robert. I didn't get a chance to see who was over there smoking it up on pit road. Somebody sat in their car too long and probably their motor blew up. I think one of the first cars off pit road is going to be the 15, Douglas Ross Jr. Looks like Aaron McDonald just joined in here at the end of practice, so that's going to give us 22 cars tonight. Well, everybody gets the 1 out lap and then 2 time laps for qualifying, so it's all about gaining momentum and making the first or second lap count depending on how your approach is. We'll see some drivers just try to attack that first lap, and we'll see some drivers try to attack it to where they time it right for the second lap to be the better of the two. So we're going to see some different plays here by a lot of different drivers, and we'll keep an eye on the scoreboard on the pylon on the left-hand side to see where everybody ends up. '87, Patrick's out on track. BuildSubmarines.com, Ford Mustang. Well, Kyle Heath's on track. Alex Fuller. Looks like Joseph Klein as well is on his out lap, running up next to the wall. Aaron McDonald, maybe just a plain paint scheme maybe? I don't know. iRacing could be tricking me. Trading Paints could be a little bit behind. They did just join, so maybe didn't have time to get a paint together for tonight's race. And that's okay. So far, the 15, Douglas Ross, was on the lead. Now he is second. Kyle Heath to P1. Seeing cars cross the line on their first laps and starting to set the field here as a 50.190 is held by Kyle Heath. And so far, out of 5, he is still on top of the board. 32 of Jacob Rush coming off pit road. 77, Nolan Mills is on his first lap, but still running a bit slow. The 67, or as aptly put on the side of the car, the 14 of Joseph Klein. Crossing the stripe to complete his first lap. And still out of 7 drivers that have timed a lap, Kyle Heath is still on top of the board there. The 77 is on running the high line as well there. So Donald Ray coming off pit road. Aaron McDonald, first lap, good for currently P7. Alex Fuller just jumped up to P2. Nick Sutton is up to P3. Eric Broom is on his second lap, currently P6 on the board. So far, nobody's had anything for the Eagle. We'll see what Eric has here coming out of turn 4 down to the front stretch. Across the tri-oval here. And across the stripe. Does he improve? No. 400 slower there. But now we have a new one up top. Taylor Curtin puts the 4 up on top of the board. Nick Sutton with a good lap for P2. 50.158. Brendan Decker had a really good first lap there. Puts in P3 a 50.188. See, can Taylor improve on lap 2, or is it all used up in lap 1? Nolan to P3 on the second lap. 50.187. Great lap for Nolan. We've got 13 cars that have crossed the stripe for time so far. We're going to watch our current pole sitter come across again as we're halfway through qualifying here. And across the stripe. 50.23. He's a little bit slower that second lap. Donald Ray's first lap puts him P6 on the board. 50.192. Good looking paint scheme on that 29 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Comes out of turn 4. This is going to complete his qualifying attempt. Doesn't look like he was any faster that second lap. Looks like the first lap was a money lap. So here comes the 8. Edwin James. He is currently the slowest on the timing pylon from his first lap. Joshua O'Brien crossed the stripe for his first lap, P7. Let's see what does the old 8 car do here to cross the line. P3, 50.165. Joshua O'Brien called it quits after 1 lap. Trevor Benz is getting ready to take the green. Ben Summerford on his first timed lap. Andrew Groves is reset to pits. Michael Moquin is completing his first lap. Let's see where that puts Mikey. P4 with a 50.181. Todd Smith is about to take the green for his first lap. So it looks like, by the way I'm seeing here, Ben Summerford is going to be the next one to cross the line. We'll follow him as he completes his first of 2 laps here. Running high through the tri-oval, cutting down, across the stripe. P18 of 51.646, but he ran, looks like, the higher portion of the track, trying to gain momentum to make the second lap right against the yellow line. And that's what we see. Trevor Benz is about to cross the stripe to complete his first lap. He's down near the bottom. Trevor Benz, P18. How about Todd Smith? He's coming out of turn 4 to complete his first lap. Let's see where he goes on the board. Michael Moquin is P4. The first lap was his better of the 2. Second lap was a bit slower. So these guys are kind of using their first lap for a throwaway. Andrew Groves is on track. He's taking the green flag here. Running the bottom in that 19 car. Ben Summerford, P2. Great lap from the 2 car. Great job. Trevor Benz coming out of turn 4. We're going to see him cross the stripe, and then we've got 2 more drivers still on track. 3 drivers still on track. Trevor Benz, P5, 50.180. Good lap. All right. Following along here, looks like Todd Smith is about to cross the stripe here to complete his run. He's going to run across and put up a time. P7, 50.186. Now we'll check in here with the 19. Andrew's first lap. It's going to put him P2, 50.147 for the 19. That Toyota Camry up to the front. Looks like he's going to call it after that lap. I don't think he's at speed anymore. He is slowing down. So then we've got Jonathan Hambrick just completed his first lap, put himself P12 in that Ford Mustang. Moser Racing on the hood. And now he's going to try to make lap 2 count. And this is the last car that has to take time. Everybody else has made their qualifying laps, and we have 25 seconds left in the session. Can Jonathan make it back to the stripe before the end of qualifying? 18 seconds.
Oh, I forgot to keep it in 4th gear. Dang it.
Right on that yellow line. Is he going to have enough time? 5, 4. Did he time it out right? 3, 2, 1. Oh, right across the stripe. And where does he go? It didn't even have time to update. It was a bit slower than his second lap. Okay, I thought he was having a money lap there, but it was a little bit slower. I got to see my timing and scoring. All right, and the field is going to get set up here. Let's show our grid. Congrats to Taylor Curtin on the pole. First race of the season here to start, and Taylor starts on pole. Andrew Groves on the outside of the front row. Great run by both of those drivers.
Great
row
job,
2,
Taylor,
you're going to have Ben and Nick. Row 3, Edwin and Trevor. Row 4 is going to have Michael and Todd. Nolan and Brendan are going to bring up row 5. Kyle and Jonathan on row 6.
Just so you know, I coach Kyle.
Row 7, Donald and Joshua. Row 8 is going to be Alex and Douglas. And row 9, we're going to have Patrick and Jacob. Row 10, Eric and Aaron. And then row 11 is going to be Joseph and Mark to round out the field.
When's the stage break?
$35 and $75.
Hell, I was just kidding. I didn't know we had stages. Thanks, Trev.
Joke's on you. Hey, that's my line.
Good luck, drivers. Have a fun, clean race. Yes, stages are at the completion of lap 35 and 75. Please remember pit road closes 2 laps prior to the end of the stage. And have fun, guys. Good luck.
May I have an EOL, please? Thank you.
All right. Grid is set. Field is ready. Pace car starts to roll off. We're going to have 1 pace lap here. And we are off and rolling.
Good luck, Taylor.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, field is getting lined up here down the back stretch. We're going to get this shindig off and running here. Again, 130 lap race. We got to get to lap 35 to end this first stage and start scoring points. We do got those bonus points that Trevor talked about in the drivers meeting. Leading a lap gets you a bonus point.
Todd,
who leads the most laps gets 2 points, and then whoever has the fastest lap of the race gets 3 bonus points. So there is some extra points there, along with the stage points for the top 10 drivers in each stage, and then obviously points in a trophy at the end of the race. And we'll get to talk to the top 3 drivers at the end of the event. So everybody gets lined up here. Pace car is going to pull down. And looks like the leader's chosen the inside for the start. Green flag is out, and here we go racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys, at Daytona.
I shifted on the 4th for some reason. Uh-oh.
Pretty even start for both lines, inside and outside. Everybody stays double file. Out of turn 2, we see a little bit of movement to the outside as the 66 moves up. He's going to drop to the back over the radio. Field is all together here. 22 cars on track. Out of turn 4, we still see some too wide, mostly too wide, and almost a hint of 3 wide, but it looks like everybody stayed too wide there. The 66 still just letting cars by, just willing to go to the back. '64 cuts down in front of the 21 a little bit there on the bottom. We see, we're going to see some patience, I think, here. New season, race 1, some new drivers. Everybody's got to get comfortable with each other. Up front, Andrew Groves is the leader. He did lead lap 1. Now he's got battle from the inside from the 10 car, Nick Sutton. Now big push from the 33 on the outside line. See who leads lap 2. That's going to go to the 19, Andrew Groves, 2 for
Mark,
2.
I'm just riding back here just so you know.
And he gets clear of the 10. Stays up high with the 33. 33 looked like he went for clean air. Might be getting a little hot. You can push for a little bit, but after about a lap of solid pushing, that engine temp gets up there, so you got to be really mindful of it. We see a kind of a third row, middle row beginning. Maybe not. They were just kind of running the middle. There is 3 wide as the 32 gets down. The 45 is right in the middle of the 15 and the 8. Then we see some more middle. Oh no, we see the 10 spinning. We've got wrecking. We've got wrecking.
I know, man. Thinking you start putting
I'll claim that one.
Checking up, turn 1, checking up, turn 1.
We're going to go back and take
What'd
a
you
look
say,
at
Taylor?
this.
On the third lap's whack. Andrew, I think they're out of me.
That one. That was me.
Just kind of following along here. Looks like the 4 is just into the back of the 10.
Oh, whack. Going 3 wide in third lap. Oof.
Doing a lot of pushing there. We see the 33 come down
say
a little
about that?
bit.
Everybody wants to lead that point.
Yeah, I guess I came down.
Yeah, the 10 kind of pushed up, and the 4 just stayed in his bumper and really couldn't get out of him. So then that push was not even, and it turns the 10. Puts the 2 into trouble, the 32 into trouble. We see a lot of cars kind of get beat up here. We're going to move to the, I don't know if they pitted yet. Let's take a look here. I'm looking for them. I don't see them on the screen. I don't know why I don't see them on the screen. Something's changed here. Here we go.
Hey, Jason, it sounds like we got a double claim on that one. I don't know if you can review it and help out.
I mean, I don't really know. It was close.
I definitely was pushing a little too hard coming out of 4 there.
Yeah, I appreciate both of you coming across on that one. From what I can see, it definitely was a pretty hard push, and then it got a little uneven when the 10 slid up a little bit out of corner exit. I kind of agree that that should go to the 4, so we will get that claimed for the 4, and I'll get them in EOL. All right, let's get this thing
Yes, sir,
back
thank
live
you.
for you.
Hey, Josh, you see that little wiggle back?
And that was lap 3.
All good. It looked like you were just straight in the box with me.
Yeah, that's because I missed it.
My pit sign looked like it was on the hood of your car.
I'm staying on the bottom, boys. Starting on the inside.
All right, we still got some cars getting fixed up here.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm getting all these new toys to finally get to play with because I can't use it when I'm racing. So it's kind of nice to get to kind of fiddle around with it a little bit.
Okay, that's awesome. Not the penalty. I was going to say that. Not the penalty, just the literature. Good job.
Copy that. see that looking at the standings, it would take one to go here till green. The 4 car did have to use his fast repair in that instance, so
I think
not
everybody
only
behind turn 3 have got fresh tyres, haven't they?
Negative. I just popped off.
64, he did say he's from
Did
the
some people just splash and dash then?
from across the pond. Hearing him over the radio. Welcome in, Aaron.
But I don't think tires really matter. A splice and dash, affirmative.
Yeah, at Daytona, you don't really have a whole lot of tire wear unless you slide across the track.
All right, I'm getting the field set up here.
Might play
Go back
a role, but not really.
to green. Get this first restart underway as we are closing in on completing lap number 5 of 130. So there's still a lot of racing to be had. We still have 30 laps to get to the end of the stage. We've already gotten to see how the pushing has created some issues early on. So now we're going to see if these guys change their outlook at all on how hard to push it. Oh, Trevor Benz blinked there for a second. That's a new one for me. So as the pace car is going to turn down here. And then in the restart zone, it'll be on the leader, Trevor Benz. Here they come.
Green flag.
And green is out. 33 gets a jump here. See what he does with it. Does he come up in front of the 31? Does the 31 come down? He does come down. So does the 10 in front of the 64. So we have 3 cars single file, double file on back. Now 4 cars single file.
Check up.
We got checkups. We've got an issue maybe. Just double checking here. Looks like everybody's okay. Watch the middle here. We're going to see some early 3-wide racing. Here comes the 66 up the middle inside the 5. The 67 gets down to the bottom. He's in the 14 car.
Can't believe you made that 3-wide already, Todd.
Here comes the 45 and the 29 up behind the 66. Oh, tight fit there is the 14, 67, whatever you want to call him. Joseph Klein gets to the outside in front of the 66. Tight racing here between these guys. Oh, 19 moves up quickly to the high line. Oh, we see the 45 and 15 quick moves. Extra aggressive. It's like these guys didn't watch the start of the race here, so we're going to see this and see how long it lasts, because we're probably due for another big one.
Back, pull away from me.
Check in on the 24 here. He's the first car on the outside line with the 29 pushing. Here comes the 45 and 5. Big moves behind.
Chill, dude.
Comes the 45 to the very outside.
Crazy stuff.
Now everybody gets double file again. The 3 wide kind of disappears here. As we look in the middle, everybody's kind of staying double file. We do have one car that's lost the draft, and that's the 93. Jonathan Hambrick. He's got his 93 number on his roof pointed towards the fans. Now we see some more 3 wide between the 45, 32, and 19. Looks like they get that situated. 19 has a blink. 33 has jumped up to the outside in front of the 24. Now big push from the 24. Trevor Benz leads another lap. That's 7 laps led for Trevor. I think. Double checking. Yep. Still looking at that outside line. Really, 3 cars kind of formed up the 33, 24, and 5, working hard to get that outside. Here comes the 45. The postman to deliver another bump. A little run here to the outside line to the back of the 5, and they get almost clear, those front 3. Clear of the 29, who's getting a good push by the 14 down there on the bottom. Joseph's throwing me off. I'm going to call it the 14 because that's what you guys are seeing on the screen, but he is the 67. Now we see the 33 jump down in front of the 29, trying to take that run. Big bumps. A lot of momentum from the field here. Expect to see another big one most likely, just with how the aggressive moves we've seen here early on. We're going to complete lap 11. That back bumper of that 33 is dented in. We can get a good shot of it here because we've got the roof cam. And caution is out. Caution is out. We are looking at cars tore up everywhere.
Hard right turn didn't work out too good.
Got to catch the pace car, everybody. We got to catch the pace car.
We're going to rewind this back.
That's why I dropped out of that one. I knew it was coming.
Let's see who was involved in this one. We're going to go to the
I could see in my mirror people going 3 wide.
favorable blimp cam. Just kind of get an idea of what was happening here in slow-mo.
Veteran move.
45 and the 5 into the left
Pace
rear,
car,
right,
turn 1,
left rear of the
second up.
45.
Correct.
Looks like he got tight and was coming
I
up,
think
and the
21's
45 was
damaged.
there. Catches the 13. Looks like the 4 gets a bit of this. The 87 hard hit in the back of the 13. The 2 kind of slides through. Maybe no contact. Oh, little rub with the 21. And then back up into the 4. Oh. So here comes the 21 coming up towards the wall. Here's the 8 kind of fishtailing. A lot of cars just out of hand here.
Hey, Mark, do I got any damage on my front end?
And at least looking
Check our
here,
backstretch,
I don't
check our
see
backstretch.
anybody got a meatball. I didn't get a report of it. Doesn't look like anybody may have got a meatball flag, so no heavy damage, but I think we'll see some fast repairs maybe get used as we await to hear.
Your front end looks good.
Okay.
Wait to hear from what the claimant rules say.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Race control checking in here with you guys real quick. Anybody on the claimant on that incident?
I'm sorry, I was looking at something.
Car just went in the wall.
More cars coming down pit road here. A lot of cars with damage. We had a good amount stay out.
Todd, you're beautiful. Thank you. Todd, I missed you so much. Same here, buddy.
All right, as we check in here, just looking, we've had about top 13, well, top 11 stay out. I think the 21 had used a fast repair right after that incident. He'll probably go to the tail end. Then we see some drivers, the 15, the 8, they made some quick pit stops. Right now, the only driver that had to use a fast repair there would have been the 21. He didn't have a meatball flag, but damage was probably hard enough he wanted to get that car corrected. But nonetheless, the safety net of the fast repair is gone for that car, just as long as it is for the 4 as well. Taylor Curtin, who's been involved in both incidents tonight. And he is still on pit road, so not looking good for Taylor. I don't know how long he'll be on pit road here trying to get fixed up. Back up front, Trevor Benn still leads. He's led 11 out of 13 laps so far. And I'm going to double check as we're coming to one to go. Just checking here last time on the claimant. If anybody is going to claim it, just wanted to check. Anybody claiming that one?
Staying on the bottom. Staying on the bottom.
Jason, try typing in chat. Maybe whoever did it doesn't have a mic.
I'd be surprised. Again, the claimant is not required for somebody to claim. It's just there to help keep everybody honest and keep the respect level up. So I will just have that noted that it wasn't claimed, and it will be reviewed by the race admin afterwards. No problem, guys. Joseph Klein pulled down and got off. I think that's it for him tonight. Alright, so here we go. We're double file. 21 cars in the race still. Looks like the Ford Taylor Curtin still on pit road, so he's going to be a couple laps down, if not more, as he tries to get some repairs done to that 4 car. Alright, here we go. Coming through turns 3 and 4 now. Got a few cars that are going to be on that lower line with either penalties and whatnot, having to be tail into the longest line for pitting too soon, or pitting both times. They pit both laps, they also get tail into the longest line. Pace cars down. And to the restart zone. Green flag is out. 33 gets another good jump with the 29 on his tail. They clear the 32 who comes down after the start-finish line to get in line. So that's 3 cars clear of the double file. 31 and the 10 side by side for 4th. 31 doesn't have any help. Here comes the 19, Andrew Groves. Trying to get to the back. Looks like the 24 came up there too, trying to give him some some air, but looks like the 24 gets back down in front of the 64. Now back up he goes. (31) 1966 starting to build a line here behind the 24 on the outside. We're going to see that run come to the 24. What do they do when they get to him? Looks like everybody stays in line. So that moves that outside line up just a little bit, gives a boost to that 24, and now he is side by side with the 10. And everybody stays double file. Looks like we've got a little bit of a train here at the back at the bottom. 45 and the 77 staying clear of the mess. Going to wait until it matters, I think, for those guys at the moment. With the 87, we're going to check back in. Jonathan Hambrick, middle of that pack on the high line. He lost the draft in that last run, and so now he is in the middle of everything, so not losing the draft right now. See the 8, Edwin James, stuck to the inside there. See the 19, think about taking it to the bottom as well. Not a lot of work happening on that high line, as now the 64 looks to slide up in front of the 24 on that high line. (33) still leads Trevor Benz out front. see, who is that? Alex Fuller back to the back a little bit. So it looks like he had a run there on the outside. I just saw him drop a couple spots. I just didn't know what happened there. Everybody's kind of minding their P's and Q's right now. That outside line is trying. They just don't have the numbers, and they're not formed up as well as they could be. So you're seeing that they get a little bit of momentum, but they're been kind of stuck right where they formed because it's only 3 cars really stuck together. You see this, they're swerving, coming out of the corners. A lot going on there as these guys try to hold on. Jump on the roof cam of the 8. Kind of see what he's seeing as he gets to the inside of the 66. See the 19 Andrew Groves.
Not yet.
When you're at the front of the outside lane, you just hold it steady.
Taking a look from that roof cam of the 24. They said, you heard over the radio somebody mentioned the 64 or whoever's up front in that outside line needs to hold it steady, and that's the 64 right now, and you can see he's a little squirrely out of the corner exit. Makes it real hard.
Car trying to drive right all over the place.
24 to try to get a square bump on him and not turn him. Man, it is so close. I mean, they are starting to make up some ground. There coming out of turn 2 a little bit, and then a couple good bumps here. Hopefully things don't get too crazy. We'll jump a car back, look from the top of the roof cam of the 31, Brendan Decker. And you see that inside line staying formed up, just working together. Oh, we see the 64 get squirrely out of the corner, and now the 24 and the 31 are going to go to the outside maybe. Ooh, tight racing. 66 takes advantage of that slowing up of that lane. The 64 jumps to the bottom. So now we have a change up top here. We've got the 66 on the outside, and then the 19 moved up in front of the 24 as well. So that move going 3 wide after lost them some spots. And now they've got to try to find a way to get those back at the trying to get to the front. Lap 22, the 19, big blink, a scary blink. Andrew Groves trying to put some work in on that outside line behind his buddy Todd Smith. Reunited, and it feels so good. See if they can make it happen with the Geminator out there on the outside. Pushing Mr. High Side, Todd Smith, and they're trying to make something work. Jump on board here with the 19, stuck to the bumper of that 66, trying to do what they can to gain that momentum. That outside is just not working right now, as we see.
Not their own gear or what? I don't know. You got to side draft them a little bit more.
If you side draft and get close to the car, it's possible next year.
And we see a change up there. There's a 66 gets kind of pushed to the back just a little bit there. The 5 and the 45 have come up in front of them here. So you've got Michael Moquin and Alex Fuller there on the outside leading the charge. Now we're going to see if those 2 cars can have any luck. 19 has dropped to the bottom behind the 15.
I didn't get any draft practice. I was just trying to figure it out.
Jump inside the 66. Let's see if we can get an idea of what maybe happened in there, because he's talking about not feeling like he's in the right gear. Looking here at the live data, he is in 5th. That is the draft gear in these cars. You're solo by yourself, you can kind of stay in 4th to keep your speed and momentum up. But when you're in the draft or leading the pack, 5th gear is really where to be. So I feel like he might be down maybe a little bit of power, but I'm really not seeing a change with the 5 and the 45 here on the outside either. The outside line is just not able to put the pushes together to gain positions. jump up front with this 64 Aaron McDonald on the outside line. He jumped up in front of everybody else. So that's where he was earlier before he kind of got put 3 wide and kind of passed. And it looks like it's going to happen again. So he came down the side draft, the inside line, and then the 5 and the 45 take it 3 wide. And here we go again. 24 jumps out to the outside, gets by. Oh my goodness. The moves these guys are making are crazy. Everybody's still together. Did get a confirmation Taylor Curtin is out of the race. So that just leaves us 20 cars in the field. Joseph Klein, Taylor Curtin out of the event. So we will update to a 20-car tower. Everybody that's on track and still in the race is on the left-hand side on the tower. Gaps are really relative. I mean, it's 1.6 seconds from first to last right now.
That don't make sense.
We have 9 laps to go in the stage. Getting close to our first stage of, now we're seeing, here it goes, the outside line. The 33 got up in front of the 19. The 19 looks down. He's going to take that spot. He's going for it. Andrew Groves going for the lead side by side with the 33. The 29 and the 24 in row 2 here pushing both of these cars. Let's see who has the better pusher. Oh no, the 19 blinks out. That is not going to help. And it actually almost caused a wreck. That 29 was inside of him when he reappeared. Close call for Andrew. .33 and the 24 working really hard to keep that outside line going. Great pushing by the 24. Keeps that 33 to the outside of the 19. The rest of the outside line is kind of falling back just a little bit, but they are coming with a head of steam with the 93 and the 45. But now you see that inside line, the 29 with a good push. You can see the 33 for a little bit of side draft. Who's going to lead this lap? Let's give it to the 19, Andrew Groves. 7 laps to go in the stage. Ooh, tough bump from the 29. Gets the 19 out of whack. Everybody seems to hold on though. Great save. Great driving by those guys. It is not easy when you get an unsquare bump. The 33 comes down. So does the 24. That leaves the 93 and the 45 to the outside, but the 19 not done battling for this lead yet. Oh, we've got a wreck. We've got a wreck.
Tell me what you got.
Whoever took it 3 wide, then you caused that wreck.
Checking up, pace car coming off of pit road, turn one, checking up.
We're going to rewind this and take a look and see what happened here. Looks like it involves the 77 and Nolan Mills.
I didn't see who it was who took it 3 wide, but he came straight wrecking into me.
The thing is, when we're holding, I'm just saying in general, when we're holding it in the second lane and there's a guy in front that moves up a whole lane and tries to come back down and we try to fill that void, it all makes a little bit of a, some headache.
We're going to take another look at this from a different angle.
I got to keep it together.
We can go to the chase cam.
Well, I saw somebody come flying up the middle, then a wreck started up,
64
man.
calling
Down. So if I thought I was going to fill
in the middle for coming down, but I
Come around, I
couldn't see it from the TV cam. I see the 64 slide up
here, 64.
and gets into the left rear of the 77. So at least from what I'm seeing here on the
13 is telling you past me.
yeah, I'm seeing the 64 come up. We'll actually jump on board with him so maybe we can see it a little bit better. But he enters, he's down way closer to the line, plenty of room for 3 wide. That happens a lot at Daytona. And then you see the 64 coming up and into the left rear of the 77. Gets the 77 sideways. The 5 tries to check up into the back of the 64. Through the 64, a little bit of net code there. And then the 8 tries to skim by, out of room. See the 80 over there spinning. Just a mixed up field there. So tough call for drivers there. I mean, I hear the 64 and what he's saying, but at least visually it doesn't look that way. So we'll catch back up here with the field. We're going to have time to have a restart before this stage break. So got a good portion of the field that stayed out there, I believe. All right, guys, checking in on that. Anybody putting a claim to that incident?
Well, there was 2 people talking about it, so one of y'all got to speak up.
All I know is somebody came up the middle, then smashed into me, but I managed to save it. It was a dark-coloured car.
Say nobody claims after the race you see what happens to the person that was their fault.
Yeah, every incident is still reviewed, just as usual, and the incidents that even the ones that have claims, because if somebody is causing incidents and not claiming it and letting somebody else do it, it's still reviewed. So there can be penalties as in points deductions for non-claims or not stepping up to your own incident. So everything gets reviewed still. It's not required to claim, but this is trying to put a foot forward and have everybody be honest and upfront and claim their own incidents, because that's the best way to provide some good, clean racing.
Bottom.
I know I was involved in the incident, but I don't believe I started it. It had 3 wide, the next minute I'm spinning.
Copy that.
Hey, my British brother.
I was right by the yellow line. I couldn't go any lower without going on the apron.
Alex, all good. 10-4, buddy. And Aaron, will you be my friend?
Say again?
Will you be my friend?
Can do.
All right, so this is going to restart on 33, 34, 35. So this is going to be a 3-lap shootout.
Aaron, you need to be on the line above.
Yeah, that was on me. I was having a big range for 20.
All right, so still all 20 cars on the lead lap that are in the field. We have 2 retirements, the 67 Joseph Klein and the 4 Taylor Curtin. We still have 3 drivers on track that have had to use their fast repair. The other 17 have not. As we come to the conclusion of a little shootout here for stage 1, we'll see if we can make it to the stage or not. Going to make sure everything is timed right here. Have the screen up for just a couple moments. Into the restart zone, and here we go. Trevor Benz with another good start. He's got the 19, Andrew Groves behind him. All right. Should have 3 laps.
Man, it had me cleared. I almost went up.
We've got 2 cars on the high side and the low side, kind of pulled away here a little bit. Now here comes another run by the 32 and P5. He's going to come to the back of the 19. Looks like the 66 jumps up to the high side. We see a big blink from the 19. The 33 jumps up in front of the 24, going to defend.
And when you have damage.
I should not. We had a big shakeup. We were coming.
Yeah,
29 to the inside.
I don't think we have a chance. Well, I'm just going to say put Pat back.
All right, we're going to double check and make sure it closes pit road this time. And it does. We are working. Perfect. 2 laps to go in this stage. 33 and 24 on the outside with the 66 right behind them. And you got the 29 and 19 on the inside. Big bumps as these guys are battling for this first stage win of the season. Now the outside line gets the 31 and the 2 catches up, and now the 33 and the 24 jump to the bottom. They open the door for the 66 and the 31. Can that be helpful at this point, or is that inside line going to be able to make it happen? These guys are coming around to get the white flag for the stage. One more lap to go. Can they make it around without wrecking each other? Side by side, the 24 and 66 contact. .33 can't decide which lane to go here. Stays on the bottom. 24 with a big push. .29, Doc's out.
Oh,
Checks
my
out.
God.
Oh, man. Here we go at the line.
Outside, inside.
33 gets the stage.
I about wrecked it. Sorry, y'all.
We gotta let the pace car by, guys.
93 for a spin.
I was trying to push it, Tom.
93 had a spin there.
Checking up on the backstretch for the pace car.
Not
You gotta
sure
let the pace
what
car by
happened
again.
there. I saw him clip the cone after the caution comes out.
I got a black flag for avoiding that checkup at the line and went through pit road on accident.
We got you.
Even if it gets cleared, it still will give you an EOL no matter what.
That's fine. I'll take the EOL. I just don't want the black flag.
I couldn't see him pay attention. Did I hit anybody when I went down? I don't think I contacted anybody, did I?
No, you did good.
Didn't look like you hit anybody, so you're all good.
Just watching the 93
Jason,
here.
do you know where I came across the line at there?
I do, but I'm reviewing your spin, so you're going to have to wait a moment, please.
All right, 10-4.
So at the line, the top 10 were the 33, then the 24, 29, 19, and the 32 are your top 5. And then 6 is the 93, then the 31, the 5, the 2, and the 66 is your top 10.
Thank you. When I started getting sideways, I floored it so I wouldn't spin back up the track.
All right, back in. Now we've had some pit stops while we were reviewing that 93 spinning as he tried to avoid a checkup after they crossed the stripe. So tough break there for the 93, as that will still relegate him because it happened during caution. He will have an EOL, I believe, on that. iRacing won't let us clear that. But we cleared the flag, it looked like, so now
Josh,
we are...
just keep going. I'll pass you on the backstretch, buddy.
Copy that. Sucks that I was avoiding wrecking and got black flag for it, but it's all right.
All right, field's coming down here. We're going to get the one to go, and the lights will come off the pace car, and we will get back racing. But again, just going back and recapping with what they asked there, that is the stage win by the 33 of Trevor Benz, Josh O'Brien second, Donald Ray third, Andrew Groves fourth, and then the 32 of Jacob Rush gets P5 in stage 1. So great run by those drivers. And now the field is all mixed up. Pit stops have happened. The leader of the race, the 45, is called the top for this restart. Got some more cars still on pit road. Looks like the 2 and the 8 coming off pit road now. See how clear the rest of this race can be. Now we go into stage 2. We haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of this race yet. And we have been racing here for a moment. 43 minutes since this race session started. And that got us to one stage. Now we've got to do it again. Then we got to reset and do it again for the longer final stage. So again, points are on the line for these stage finishes, so obviously these drivers are going to be competitive and try to do what they can to get their best position. But please don't forget, you got to make it to the end to win it, and that's where the big points pay out, is that final standings. 40 points for a race win and 1 point lower for each position on down to 1 point for 40th if we had 40 cars. So there's still a lot of points to be had, and you gotta have a car to be there at the end. So we're gonna see maybe a mixed bag for this stage. We're gonna have some drivers that have maybe used their fast repair already, maybe being a little bit more careful, and then we're gonna have some other drivers that are like still just wanting to go for it. So this is where the cautions come from, the hard racing, and we're gonna see more of it here in stage 2 as pace car drops down. And Alex Fuller is going to lead us to the restart zone.
Green flag.
And there he goes. Green is out.
Can't lane change like that.
Get called out for the lane change. And that'll be a warning. He was the leader, just shouldn't have done it. Now the field gets by with the 5, the 15, and is that an Eagle sighting P3? Kyle, he said, put me up here, let's go for it and see what happens. So he's going to run more in the front right now. We'll see as the 45 and 24 get a run on the outside. Still double file throughout. You see the 33 slicing and dicing there in the middle. Trying to get to the run to get to his buddy. Get to the 24, I think, because he saw how well the 24 pushed him to that stage 1 win. I think he wants to get back with Josh. 45 is getting a good push from Josh. Josh has been pushing really well tonight and really been able to keep it solid as we see the 33 blink hard. That was a long time gone for Trevor. Now we see up front the 13 and 77 come up in front of the 45. Close call. 5 and 15 are broken up here a little bit. 15's going to have to make a decision. He stays down on the bottom, but here comes the run on the outside line. Looks a little bit more formed up. We're almost even side to side. The 5 comes up in front of the 13. Sees that run coming. Michael Moquin leading some laps here at Daytona.
Come on, man.
My system is telling me wrong.
Yeah, that was my bad, sorry.
So we'll get that updated. There we go. One of these days I'll learn how to use that stage counter right so it actually keeps track of things just right, but I think we got it now. Up front, side by side, the 5 and the 15. Field is packed tight. You see these cars swaying around, trying to get clean air, trying to hold on to the cars. I mean, probably a lot of drivers there took tires, I believe, but still, difficult handling cars in the draft. We don't have a lot of wind on track. Double check our weather. I'm sure not much has changed there. Still just a 5-mile-an-hour wind.
15, let's keep it straight, man.
Radio from the 10 to the 15, I think there. The 24 and the 45 trying to go down. The 45 wasn't fast enough. 3 wide with the 77. Oh, the 77 gets snappy there with the car on his inside. Now he's stuck on the outside. The 33 blinks again. We lost him. Now he's back. Trevor having connection issues tonight. It's unusual for him.
31 makes me nervous.
5, 24, and 45 on that outside. The 5, Michael Moquin leading laps at Daytona still. He's led 4 laps so far. Here comes the 33 on that outside trying to catch up to the 45. The 24 cuts down on the 5. Down to the bottom in front of the 13 of Kyle Heath. Josh O'Brien trying to get up front here and lead some laps as well himself. So that's a battle side by side. See another blink. I think that was the 19 in the back. Andrew kind of hanging out back there a little bit. Patience. The Geminator is showing patience. I believe that is what he is doing. 24 to the back of the 5. Big push. Flying down the backstretch. These paints just look so good at night under the lights. Jump on board the 13, Kyle Heath. The inside line has a little bit more momentum. Now let's see what it looks like compared to Andrew in the back. What does he see? Cars going everywhere. You see him changing lanes, swaying.
Sorry, Todd, we have to check up the road.
Are y'all good?
Great racing by these guys. 66 taking it 3 wide. Todd Smith putting it in the middle and gaining 2 spots down the backstretch into turn 3. We see, some land in the field back there in the back. I didn't see who that was. Now Todd goes to the outside. 33 and the 29 join along. 33 goes, push me. Oh, we're wrecking. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Holy
cars
cow.
involved in that one.
That was close.
Let's take a look at that.
Sorry
from
to you then.
31. 15 goes to come up.
I'll take the claim for that one.
31 takes the claim for that one.
64, are you good? You got damage?
Looks like he gets
I seem to
contact
be
from
alright.
the
My spot's
15.
not told me about damage. I've got a little bump up the
29
rear.
gets some. The 77 gets right into the side there, and the 31
Edwin, are you
wraps
okay?
around his nose. Then contact
Go
from
by-
is at the 32.
Go past me, Eric. It's telling me for you to go by.
Just trying to see who else maybe got a piece of
My
this
fault.
as
It's
we're
telling me to let
watching.
the
The
64
77 in front of the
Pace car in the
32
middle
gets
of one
another
or two.
piece. Here comes the 21. Does he get some too? Looks like he skirts by.
Yeah, 64 is damaged. He can't speed up.
Oh, he's locking up as he crossed the nose of the 8, trying to get back up. We see the 2, Ben Summerford, going for a ride down here down low. I think this was just a wreck of wrecks. Cars just spinning. A lot of them locking it down though, so looks like everybody else comes out okay.
How come I got a black flag?
They said you were too damaged and you wasn't catching up to the field. That's why.
Behind the car it told me to, then he pulled away, and that's what made me fall behind him. He took off all of a sudden 32.
That was weird. It told me to let the 64 pass, and it told me to pass him.
Told me to stay behind the 32. And then he shut off.
It's a long race, guys. Don't worry. We'll get everything sorted out.
Don't know where this 2 is, though.
And that was lap... That was lap 44.
I would agree. Still got lots of laps left.
Well, I don't think I've got any damage. I just had a little bump from the car behind.
Hey, can you give me an EOL for the lane change? That's my bad.
All right, just catching in, guys. I heard somebody come up and claim on that one. Who was that?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not sure if it was me, but I was in the middle of it, so I'll take it.
Copy that. Thank you, sir. All right, as we check in here real quick, we're going to go to the 31. And I believe he is still on pit road.
I don't know who saw it, but that was some crazy stuff I had happen right before that caution.
19, you need to go past. That's why I'm driving slow.
I'm going over fuel.
All right, so just a recap.
Sorry for asking, we've all forgotten, but what's the stage end?
75.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
All right, coming to the 1 to go to green. Looks like the 5 is declaring the bottom. 33 goes to the top. So that's our 5th caution for the night. 4th for cause. We had 1 for stage break at the end of stage 1. We are at 19, 20 cars. Or actually, it looks like Nolan just cleared his meatball flag, it looks like. So double checking. Yeah, he's rolling out now. So Nolan is 1 lap down, 2 laps down. Apologies. Donald Ray is playing catch up right now, but he is on the lead lap. Okay. Boy, Daytona really is a way to start off the season with all these big pushes, big moves, big wrecks. Gets everybody excited. It's the biggest race of the year in real life. The Daytona 500 is the Super Bowl of the series. We're seeing that play out tonight. We've had some drivers that just had some unfortunate luck of being caught up in it. It's hard to avoid all of it. But we're still, 48 laps down. We still have way more racing to get done here. And these drivers have a lot more in front of them as the bumping, the pushing, the lane changing, the side drafting, that's not going to stop. These guys have shown a bit of patience, but then there's still a race to be had. And with racing, these guys aren't willing to race, in a single file. They're wanting to race double file and race for that position and get that lead. So the 5 is the leader coming to the restart zone. Green flag is out, and there he goes. We are back racing. Still have a long way to go in this stage. 66 with a big push there to the 5. So that's going to get the front 3 clear. Maybe the 4 cars, front 4. 19 gets clear. The 24 goes up. Maybe to pick up the 24. Looks like the 19 is going to fill that gap. Now we see
Nick,
lane
what
changing.
happened? What do you mean?
Not sure what happened there. Just listening over the radio. Here comes the 33 to the 19. He's got... Oh, we see the 93 down on the apron. Sketchy situation back there. Side by side for the lead, the 24 and the 5. Really close battle here. That outside line looked a little bit more together there, and then look at the front 2 kind of in both lanes. Big pushes from the second car in line, kind of pulls them away from the third car in line. That outside line has the edge so far, but in the corners, the bottom line seems to prevail, and that 66 is pushing that 5 as they come out of turn 4. Now the 33 looked like he was looking to the outside, but nope, just maybe getting some fresh air. But that outside line definitely lost some spot from where they were a lap ago. But that 66 still on the back bumper of that 5 car, pushing hard. I think he's got it figured out. He was kind of concerned with how the pushing was going earlier in the race, and now he is pushing hard. Down the backstretch they come. 5 getting a big push still from that 66. That outside line trying to form back up, some side drafting. Here comes the 66 in front of the 24. That was kind of a late move, but enough time where everybody gets checked up in time. Now can the 66 take the push from the 24? He's been a good pusher all night. And he jumps down in front of the 5.
I'm about to blow up, so I had to get some air.
Let's see, he did lead that lap. Todd Smith gets a point there for leading a lap.
Yeah, watch them cams.
87 down below the yellow line, just a little bit there. Got to be careful. Oh no, we got contact. We've got a wreck.
100% on me. Spot that clear.
Brett, tell me about your car real quick.
Oh, big bounce off of the banking for the 64.
Only one I hope I didn't hit you there when I avoided them.
Not sure
No,
exactly
you're good.
what's going on here.
100% on me. Spot said clear. I moved up and got clipped at the back.
Did the wind direction change coming off of turn 4?
Yep, 66 up across the bound there, and that's
Wind's
going to
coming
put us
from the east-southeast right now, so I don't know what it was before.
It's going like 2 to 4. Hey Josh, was that a really like a late block, or was that okay?
Ask me in about 70 laps, give or take.
Okay, boy. I try to make it early enough. My bad if I was a little bit sketchy there.
Nah, I'm
Maybe
just busting, man. You're good.
May have towed to pits. The 31 got a meatball flag, which he hasn't used his fast repair yet, so that should be okay. Tough break.
For back here, but you survived.
That was 100% on me. I just watched the replay. My fault.
Copy that. I got that marked down for you. Thank you.
Kyle, how many drinks have you had tonight?
Curious as well.
What was the question?
I was wondering how many drinks Kyle has had tonight.
Enough to advance that first session. – Love you, Kyle.
Hit that eagle orgasm.
Oh, wow.
That east pot.
I am not hitting that button while I'm on the air. Cannot. Sorry. Pass.
Can I get a favor?
All right, up
As long
front.
as the favor is that he hits the DQ button on the 5 car.
I can do that one.
66, Todd Smith in the lead. 24, Joshua O'Brien second. Trevor Benz, I think, pitted there, so that's going to... No, he didn't. Did he? No, he did not. Okay. Edwin James up to third. Looks like we only had really the back.
What is Gross's favorite word?
We can talk about that live on
Waiting
air.
to see if the 64 is going to come
It's
off
the butt of a cigarette.
I mean, I can take care of that in the officials.
Alex Spooler, are you there?
6.
What's up? Somebody was in front of me that just disappeared. I don't know who it was.
Alex is in front of me. He's been fine.
Five coming back down pit road. Double file. 66 takes the inside. All right, so that's our 6th caution. 5th one for cause.
Not even halfway, boys.
He may have disappeared due to connection issues.
And looks like the 15, Douglas Ross, upload packet loss. See the 77 back there doing the Lamar chicane on the backstretch. We have the 64 coming. Looks like the 5 is just coming off pit road and a long pit stop there. We'll see how this lines up for these guys coming out of turn 4. Again, Todd Smith is your leader. We still have 75 laps remaining in this race. So still a lot of bump drafting to happen. Joshua O'Brien on the outside. Pace cars down into the restart zone. And there we go. 66 with a good jump. Get him clear. Here comes the 8 on the inside. See the 64 kind of tagged back on the field. I don't know if he's got the draft, so to speak. 19 blinks again there in front of the 33. '24 with a good push. He's been doing it all night. That outside line is definitely working a little bit better right now. See those guys. Ooh, the 19 bobbles. Still in front of the 33. A push on the left rear. Got to be careful doing that. The 19 trying to hold it tight. Coming down the front stretch to the trial. The inside line now has the momentum with the 66 leading the 24 and the 8. 87. Looks like, yeah, the 64 lost the pack, and the 5 didn't catch in time. A lot of side-by-side here as we check in. That outside line not getting formed up. A lot of cars dropping to the bottom. We still have 4, 5 on the top. Trying to get lined up here, but that bottom line is showing its dominance right now with the 24 pushing that 66. These guys have a little bit of patience and maybe try to run single file for a little bit. Maybe that helps. Get to the closer to the end of the stage. With that last yellow, 19, I was on him. He blinked. We got the 33 and the 19 blinking here. They're battling back and forth on who's going to have the most blinks for the race, as they are really close. 33 cars at 35 and the 19's at 37, so they're battling for most blinks of the night.
Donald, we got a lot of laps.
Yeah, same.
Outside line trying to do something. 33 of Trevor Benz. He's got Alex Fuller right behind him. See what happens. Or the 10 looked like he was going to come up a little bit and then jump back down to the bottom. Alex Fuller currently running 8. The car next to him, Jacob Rush in that 32. Great debut to start the season for him. He's having a good race. He did get caught up in an incident earlier, had to use a fast repair. So treading lightly, sorta. You know, you still in a race. You definitely got to be careful. 33 trying to side draft that 10, trying to move that outside line, but right now Joshua O'Brien running second behind the 66 of Todd Smith, had that bottom line running. Jump on the chopper cam, take a look at the field from the chopper. You see everybody kind of run, you know, you see these cars moving and shaking just a little bit. It's really hard to keep that line super smooth. See the 24 pushes the 66 out through the corner and then loses connection with them on exit. Now he's going to spin the front stretch trying to gain that momentum back. You see on that outside line, the 45 is doing the same to the 33, pushing hard. They are trying to make something happen out there. Even from the blimp cam, you kind of see the whole field there laid out. We do have the 64 and I think the 5. No, the 5 has entered the pits and I think he called it a night. He did. Michael Moak went out of the race. So that puts us down to 18 cars still in the race. We have 16 cars on the lead lap, 2 cars a lap down. The 77 of Nolan Milnes is 1 lap down, and the 64 of Aaron McDonald is 1 lap down currently. And the 64 is out on track by himself, no drafting help, so that's a tough situation to be in. Not certain how well that's going to work for him with the field. About a half a lap or so ahead of him right now. We still have 13 laps left in the stage, so don't know if they'll catch him before this stage ends, or if a caution happens that'll help him out and get him reset back to the pack. We'll just have to wait and see kind of how that works out. Check back in up front. Really no change. Outside line still working hard to try to make something happen, but nothing is really. The 19 has moved up. Maybe that's the change they needed. The 33 is pushing. They're in a blink battle. The 19 now has the lead in blinks, I believe, at 39 to the 33 has 37. So we're watching that. It's our battle. We're having a battle within the race. Who has the most blinks? I love having a counter for that, mind you. It's nice to have these extra tools to help let us know who's having connection issues and such. There's another one from the 19. I just saw it. That gives him 40. Now that kind of hurts. When a car blinks, you lose the draft. iRacing takes it away, so that slows that line down. I don't know if having those two together is going to be the best thing if they're trading jabs at blinking. But they still have a handful of cars up there on that second line trying to make something happen as this bottom line has really just kind of worked into, and look, we got a change. Looks like the 93 went high on the 33, and so the 33 and the 19 jumped down to the bottom. That leaves the 93 with the 2 on the high side, so definitely a change of plan there for those drivers. And then we see, ooh, the 93 crossed the nose of, is that the 21? Eric Broom just got his nose chopped off by the 93. That was a tight lane change. Now we're seeing further ahead. I see Trevor looking, okay, he was just running lower than the 32. It looked like he was looking to make a pass down low, but so these guys now have cycled to mainly a single file. You see there's a couple cars. Here's the 93 back out in front. He saw the 13 coming. Maybe they can put something together. We have another blink, and that's on the 33. So that battle's still 2 apart, 40 to 38. The 19 car has the lead in blinks. Taking guesses at how many blinks the highest blinker will have by the end of the race. We still have 65 laps remaining, and we're at 65 laps complete. Past halfway now, 66 laps complete. So if we're at 40 now, what's the lead counter going to be? Take your guesses in the chat. It's got 9 laps to go in this stage. Single file looks to be okay for most of the field at this moment. And they are closing in. The 77 is falling back. I'm not sure what happened to Nolan, but he has fallen off the pack here. Now he's probably not in danger if he stays up to speed here of going a lap down. Be lucky dog, just stay away for when the caution comes out. The 64 is in trouble of going 2 laps down. He is coming out of turn 2 now. The field is not that far behind. We'll actually probably get a good shot. Oh, it changed cameras on me. There they are coming out of turn 2. So straight away behind, a little bit less. So I think the 77 just said, well, we're getting close to the end. I don't want to be caught up in the mess. Don't get involved and not be able to get the lucky dog. So race to the blinks. That's right, Robert. We're counting everything tonight. We're counting everything. Again, most of the field staying single file. The cars that have tried the outside line haven't had the numbers in their favor on this run. So this has been much more calm. You see the gaps between all the cars now. Nobody's heavy on the pushing. These guys want to get to the end of this stage and fight for this race win and the end of this race. And so there's still a lot of racing to be had. I feel like the 66 is just going to have some clean air here for probably a couple more laps. And then as we get closer to 5-4 to go, we'll see the double file and all the action heat back up. Because at some point, as we're seeing now, further back, we've got 4 cars starting to create that outside line. And when the bottom line sees that, you're going to have more and more cars moving up. So we see that outside line starting to have some momentum. So let's see who else jumps up to catch that line. Right now it's still just 4 cars on the outside. Here comes the 33, pulls out in front. 45 goes around. So then the 33 is going to fall back down to the bottom. That disturbed that upper line.
I'll be going high.
We hear the 64 over the radio. He is going to be
Sorry,
staying
Trevor, I would have
high.
picked you up. I just thought it was too much.
All good, buddy. You're good.
All right.
You're welcome.
Nope. Trevor tries to go up in front of the 93 a little late there, and so the 93 climbs up, and now we're going to have 3 wide as they lap the 64. Oh man, that is close. Some close racing. I'm nervous. I'm not even on the track. Checking back in here. We're going to jump on the in-car here. Actually, we'll go roof cam. See a little bit more from on top of the car. We're on the 13 of Kyle Heath, looking back here behind the 80 of Mark Owlett. Little rescue here. Just hanging in here in the mid-pack. Again, a lot of dancing. This time by will be 4 laps remaining in the stage when they hit the stripe. You can hear the 13 kind of feathering the throttle, not really pushing it. There's really, you don't have to be right up on the car in front of you to carry speed momentum. It really is kind of more to the lead cars in the pack. You see on the outside the 33 and 19, the battle of the blinks are the 2 cars nose to tail on the outside, followed by the 93 Jonathan Hambrick. Let's jump on board with him, see how this outside line moves as we're coming down to 3.5 to go. There's a big blink by the 19. Now we're seeing the look of maybe more cars looking to maybe move up high. All right, coming to 3 to go in the stage. Big bumps, big bumps. Craziness is about to ensue. There's a stage win and points on the line here. Ooh, the 19 with another blink. He's stretching out that lead in the blinks challenge, 45 to 40. As we see, just this outside line cannot get enough momentum. Now the 19 goes back to the top. He's up to 6th. He's making it work, going back and forth between the bottom and the top. He's in front of the 29, now in front of the 33 as well. They are side by side. Ooh, the 33 moves to the outside of the 29. We are, ooh, I don't even know why I had that up. My apologies. We are 2 to go. Pits are closed. I wasn't even paying attention. I actually clicked that screen. Ooh, big bumps, big bumps. 29 pushing that 19. They're trying. The 93's behind the 29. He's against his bumper. That's 3 cars attached, and they are not able to get the momentum. The bottom is carrying right now. As we come around to 1 to go this time by, left in this stage. Pits are closed. Again, checking the field. The 45 and the 64 have lost touch with the pack again. The 77 is kind of out of turn 2 right now because he, oh no, the 19 sideways up into the 29, deck across, oh, the 10. Terrible hit.
Got you loud and clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me?
Oh, tough break.
Need you to check your radio connection. Check the one on your headset, on your headboard actually, on your left-hand side, on your headrest.
I'll take fault for that one. I came up a little
1, 2, 3, loud and clear. You got a good copy.
I'll take fault for that.
4.
Copy that. All right, so this lap here should be the end of stage, correct?
Yes.
All right, make sure everybody's in line for the top 10. So that way everything is correct for positioning, because when you cross the stripe, it will count as stage.
Let's catch that pace car then.
Run, guys.
Jason and I hit the commitment cone coming off pit road, avoiding the wreck. Dude, I know I got EOL, but did I deserve thank you?
Checking up 1 and 2.
Yeah, Ben, it'll let me clear it. I still think it'll have you, if I'm not mistaken, it'll probably put you end of line if I think that's how it works.
But I want to get the stage points there.
That's no problem. I can, as long as I don't have to serve the 70 seconds.
Copy that. Understood. All right, pits will be open this time, and then stage is to the 66, 24, 8, 87, 32 for the top 5, and then you have the 31, the 80, 29, 2, and 93 round out the top 10 for stage 2.
I missed it by 1.
Coming to that line, and I didn't get to him in time, so I don't know if that makes a difference for that or not.
It shouldn't, because it's how it's recorded in the scoring for positions, so you should be okay there. That's why I called it out that way. That's how it got recorded. All right, so stage win to Todd Smith, Mr. Highside. A lot of pit stops happening here. Looks like Nolan is going to get the lucky dog. So that'll give us 17 cars back on the lead lap. And now, this is our 7th caution, but this was for cause and for stage. It's kind of a mix. We were due for one coming anyways, but the guys just a little bit too much contact there. So while we're waiting for everything to get kind of set up, we're going to go back and take a look at that one. I'm going to try. I got to do a EOL first before I do that. So let me... Let's get that called, so that way that's done.
I had 0.3 left there.
And then let's go back to that lap. I think it was this one here.
Like if it went green, I don't know if I'd have made it. That was crazy. That was awesome. Fun stuff.
Let's see kind of what happened here. Because we had some contacts. It looks like maybe the 10 comes up a little bit. So we're going to go to the rear chase just to see it better here.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that thought. First time racing here, and I enjoy racing with you guys. Lots of fun.
So the 10 is kind of covering the outside of the 87 in front of him and does push up.
It's usually better than this.
Contact to the 19.
I think everybody's pretty much trying to Daytona at this point.
19 gets turned. And then he almost saves it. I mean, Andrew really gets it solid, but the 29 was some help there, but it gets him turned again. And then
I must have avoided 3
into
or 4
the 10
wrecks.
and the 32. 93 gets in it. Oh, big hit from the 10 bouncing off the wall into the 93. Does a full pirouette, gets up in the air. And then the 13 gets clipped. Oh, so many cars just trying to avoid it, get around it, and just no way to get around it. And 33 locks it down. The 10's all beat up. The 21's locked up. The pace car's just sitting there like, what do you want me to do? Great view from the pace car. But that's how messy it can get. So now, let's get back live. We've got some cars. Okay, we just passed pit road. Okay, so we're going to restart here. Woo! So now we're double file. We got just double checking here. It looks like still 17 cars on the lead lap. The 64 is 2 laps down. He did get passed by the leaders there before that stage end. So we got to wait and see what happens on this restart and how everything fires off for everybody. The field gets all lined up. I believe the 10 has to let everybody by, or should have to. Let's double check on that. Maybe not end of line due to some cars pitting out of turn and different cars having end of line. So we'll see how everything sets up here. Josh O'Brien is our leader coming into the restart zone. Pace car is going to turn down here, and the 24 is going to be in charge of this restart. On the outside, you got Patrick in the 87.
Green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. 24 gets a good start. 31 does as well. The 80 a little bit further back with the 8 behind him. Big gap on that inside line. Final stage of the race. 52 laps remaining.
Whoa, my bad. I didn't know you was coming.
And we see the 31 dip out to the outside. Had help, lost help. And now here's the 80 to the back bumper of the 24. Got the 8 on the outside. No help yet, but here comes the 87. And the 8 gets down. 33, Trevor Benz in the middle. 3 wide at the stripe. Looking back here, ooh, tough, tight confines with the 64, the 33. Oh, now it's further back, the 87. All right, he gets straight after being put 3 wide by a couple cars. '64 trying to be well, he is the only car that is any laps down, but he is 2 down, so don't want anybody else to fall lap down and have a caution, because then they would be in line for the lucky dog. Jiminator is moving to the front. As we can see, the 19 making moves, making things happen.
You got room, you got room.
Ooh, tight confines with the 33. The blinkers are really close together again. Just an update on that. The 19 has 48 and the 33 has 45. We got a 3 blink lead by the 19. Outside line, the 66 is trying to make something happen. Todd Smith doesn't have any help right behind him, and here comes the 33 to his back bumper. Might be a big push here. There's the hit. Keeps him even with the 21. So they've got 4 cars out in front of him here. Joshua O'Brien leads. Mark Owlett second. Brendan Decker third, and Edwin James fourth. Give a shout out to Edwin James out on track. Had some big, painful looking dental work done yesterday. Didn't know if he was going to have it in him to race tonight, and here he is on track. Going to put in the triple header this weekend, racing tonight and tomorrow night, and then broadcasting hopefully on Saturday. Good to see him on track and running up in the front. Now the 33 to the inside, makes it 3 wide with the 66 and the 21, so the 8 jumps up in front of the 33. Going to take that run, get that push from the 33, and that's going to get him maybe to the side of the 31, but not yet. So right now they're still kind of even. Now here comes the run. You can see that push. Holy cow, that run on the outside. That should get them clear up and ahead of the 80. And then here they are side by side for the lead with the 24. We have a battle for the top spot. The 8 has it with a big push from Trevor Benz. What a push. Now the 8 can't decide. Does he get down? Yes, he does. Right in front of the 24. Takes that push from the 33. Now they are side by side coming down the backstretch. We are racing like it is the last lap. Rotating the lead. And we got 48 laps to go still. 45 gets a good run after the 33 drops down. Now the 29. You're seeing this outside line starting. It's a rotating door. Another one down. Every time somebody gets the lead, they just hop down. Next car on the outside after the 29, if he does that, would be the Jiminator, the 19. Andrew Groves with Todd Smith behind him. That's a pairing that when they get together, man, they can really make things happen. So kind of excited to see if that's what happens here, if they maintain that outside if the 29 gets clear. But it doesn't look like the 33 and the 45 are going to let that happen right now. Big push from Trevor to Alex Fuller on the bottom. We see how that outside line rotating doors just kind of changed things. The 24 is now up to the top behind the 66 and the 19 on the outside behind the 29. Donald Ray, who is just on a tear out there. All right, now
about to blow up, Alex.
33 was getting hot, had to let off, so here's the 29 going down. Big blink from the 19, sparks flying everywhere when he comment from one blinker to another. Now let's see, what do they do? The 66 trying to push the 19. Andrew to the outside, getting a big push. What does he do when he gets clear? Does he stay to the outside or does he get down?
Yeah, my spot said clear, then I wasn't clear, so I had to pull back up.
'19 gets down, leads that lap. Andrew Groves back up front. It's been a while since we've seen him up here, but here we go. Geminator gets to the lead. Monster of muscles back up front at Daytona in that 19 Camry. Bass Pro Shops. Big push from Donald Ray. Alex Fuller in tow. There's Trevor Benz on the inside line. The outside line, Todd Smith, Joshua O'Brien. You got Jonathan Hambrick in there on the outside as well. Brendan Decker. Really good racing by these guys. They are really taking care of each other. A lot of changes for lead. Like a rotating door for who's leading these laps right now. As a lot of drivers have gotten a chance to maybe even get one lap led to get that bonus point. And now we see the 45 gets close to the 29. Now we're seeing that the high line is falling back just a little bit. They're not as formed up or as close together. Those front three are pretty tight. And that 29 is pushing that 19. Here comes the outside line, a little bit better formed up, coming into the corner. The 24 is back to the back bumper. The 66, big pushing. The freight train is coming. The 19 blinks again. Now that's going to affect that bottom line. Looks like the 29 had to let off a little bit. He did not know where he was, so that breaks him up a little bit. And now the 24 and 66, they can make a decision, and they do. They get down. 19 clips the apron there. So we're seeing that you get to the front by using the high line right now, and we're just seeing kind of that rotating door of drivers. So we're going to go to the back here. We're going to ride with the two. We're going to have the whole field in front of us now. See these moves from Ben Summerford's view here in the back, taking it easy. Still a lot of laps. Riding back here with the Eagle. You got Nolan Milnes right there in front of the 13 and the 77. Then you have almost double file throughout the rest of the field. And you see there's a lot of lane changes up there. Todd Smith, Joshua O'Brien trying to hold that bottom line down. Cars weaving back and forth, getting out of hand a little bit. You see the outside line trying to form up. I see the 33, I think they're on the outside behind the 45. Takes a look. Yeah, he's going to choose to go to the outside with him. Behind him, no help, but here comes the 19. I can see that Camry. Behind Trevor Benz, getting closer and closer. Objects in the mirror, closer than they appear. Here comes Andrew Groves. Great camera work by our team here.
Sorry, blowing up.
Oh, you're good.
Outside line, big run. Here they come.
Just by arrow pushing there.
Big pushing on the outside. The 45 and 33 get clear. The 33 goes for the bottom. The 45 tries to follow. Oh, close call for Trevor and Alex there. That's going to check up that bottom line. They got to be mindful. Now that outside line has momentum again. And the 45 and 19 working together as well. Now you got the 93. Jonathan Hambrick right there behind them. side by side. We still have 40 laps remaining. Tough push from the 66 to the 33 gets him up the track out of the corner. Everybody keeps it straight. Trevor Benz hasn't led a lap since the first stage. He led 33 out of the first 35 laps in this race. He is now back up front. He's going to lead this lap. Down the front stretch they go. 39 laps remain. We still have a pit stop coming at some point. This, without a caution, there will be green flag pit stops. That smaller fuel tank, I do not know the exact laps a fuel run is, but we are excited to see what's going to happen here if we stay green and have some strategy play in, and who works together, who pits together, who gets it right, who gets a penalty. Speeding on pit road, mistakes on pit road are so big in these races, certainly under green flag. And a track like this where you can have 5-6 cars, have it go right for them and be able to pull away from the rest of the field that maybe has troubles or just a slower pit stop. Getting on and off pit road can be a handful. We're getting closer to that window. I don't want to jinx it. I mean, there's still a lot of racing to be had. These guys have really pushed to get this bottom line is now really stretched out. We don't have much of a battle on the high line. But now we're going to see who makes the right call, because you don't know. There is no book that says you do this and you guarantee yourself the right call. So fuel only is most popular, but when do you do it?
Me too, Nolan. Me too.
How many cars do you have go with you?
Yeah.
It's all you got to have, strength in numbers. It's a drafting track, so we're gonna see a lot of these guys like we're seeing this front six. They're working to kind of just not. They haven't stretched the draft enough to lose that back group, but they've pulled away enough to have a gap as this field has lengthened out a little bit. And with that comes the benefit of position. Track position is where it's at. So the 33 leads. Pretty much single file. Checking back here, Nolan and Kyle are talking.
31, get down.
Oh, here goes the 77 and the 13 to the outside of the 64.
Got me in behind us, Nolan.
Back up front. All right, so now we've lost. We have had a split. We have two packs over a second apart. The 87-31, 77-13-2, and 64 are kind of in their own group now. They've lost the draft. 13 pushing the 77. Jump on the grip cam here. I don't feel like they've fully lost it yet. They are pushing and working hard to try to catch it. I think they'll be okay. Looks like they're closing back in. They kind of lost the pack there for a second. Now there's some cars at risk at losing the rest of the pack, because these guys are falling back just a little bit. There's Patrick. If he stays in the draft, he should be okay. 31 behind him, Brendan Decker. A little bit of damage on the front of that nose. Not a lot, but staying in the draft should be okay for him. Aaron is a little bit further back. He's not lost the draft yet, but he's really got to stay on his P's and Q's here, because he is close to losing that pack. And that's a long run for a car 2 laps down. Up front, single file. Check back in here, the 66 on the tail end there of the 33. Everybody's staying in line up here. Again, a lot of deals are being made that we can't see, and I can't confirm. The 64 did lose the draft in that. So he has lost the pack, and that speed is going to hurt him. That pack is cruising and he is all by himself. So that's going to be a long green flag run if we don't have something happen to get him back a lap here with a caution or something. So right now we're just waiting to see when does that green flag pit stop get called. You take right side tires, left side tires, because you need so much fuel. So you might be able to take a side of tires, even though it's Daytona. It may not matter. If they took them at stage break, you might just need fuel only. Just get me enough to get to the end. But there's still a lot to happen here, and again, you got to kind of work the numbers for that. So it looks like the 64 has come down pit road, and he is making his pit stop. Maybe? Nope. Sitting on pit road, I'm not certain what's happening there. Oh, he got a black flag when he entered pit road, so most likely speeding. Well, he is serving a penalty, so that's going to put him another lap down. Tough break for Aaron. Just joined tonight, actually. A new member to First Gear Racing. Glad to have him here. We welcome everybody. There's no limits to your skill rating, your I rating, your safety rating, where you're from or who you are. We just want to have fun and enjoy racing. We try to make the best of it with our Thursday and Friday and Saturday night series. And we really appreciate everybody that's been a part of it on the racing aspect, those of you that are watching and supporting each drivers, and everybody that supports,
I'm thinking maybe
supports us.
A couple more. I'll let you know.
See, conversation between the 13 and 77. They're thinking about pit road, I think.
Yeah,
give me the heads up when you guys are pitting.
Deals are being made over the comms. This ought to get really good here soon. Checking back in, it looks like the 64 got another flag. I'm not certain what's going on. Looks like he's finally getting to come off pit road, maybe. Blink counter shows we definitely have a clear leader right now. The 19 of Andrew Groves, 56 blinks. Trevor Benz, 45. An 11 blink lead by the 19 car as the 64 slowly coming off pit road. He gets up to speed here. The field goes by. So he's made his pit stop, served a penalty, and I think another penalty. Had a couple there. Not sure. That was a 2-minute, 16-second on the pits. That was a long time on pit road. He is 5 laps down now. He went down pit road 2 laps down. So I don't know how best to put hitting. His night's going to need some luck. 45 is calling out. He is coming to pit road. Here's some pit stops. Here we go. Down pit road, we see the 45, the 77, the 13, the 2, and the 31. Oh, the 45 off into the grass. That is a black flag for the 45 speeding down pit road. Oh, tough break for Mr. Alex Fuller. Just too much speed. To back up to get to his pit stall, it looks like. Oh, tough break. Tough break. There's where the strategy comes in, the mistakes. Now this lead pack is staying together. Now the 87 did not pit with those other guys, and he is by himself. I'm not sure what happened there with him. Maybe he thought about pitting with them. I know he came over the radio and said, let me know, and then nothing came up until right at the last second when the guys were in turns 3 and 4 and called it. Let's see how they got formed up. 77 and 13 are together. 31 and 2 are together. They are in front of the leaders. But they've got to get hooked up and get going because that lead pack is coming, and you don't want to fall a lap down because only one of these 4 cars would be fortunate if a yellow came out to be the lucky dog. So now they're all formed up, and you've got what I would call a really good leader, a really good pusher, and you've got really good 3rd and 4th cars that are can stay in line. So I think this line has a chance to do what they need to do to stay in front of the pack for as long as they need to. But this back here, again, you see the gaps. Everybody's being patient of each other.
You got enough to lead?
Yeah, we're good.
Now a big push from the 66 to the 33. This 33 has taken
I got
himself
35 laps. I'm sure that'll go down, but I'm good.
and put himself in position right now to maybe be our lap leader of the race and get a couple extra bonus
Feel free to
points
hit me
so
as hard as you
far.
want.
He's led 46, getting ready to be 47 laps. Next closest
My
is
arrow
Todd.
goes a little bit faster.
He's led 28 laps, and we're at 26 to go. So unless Todd takes the lead soon, the lap counter
I think
could
on the
lead
backstretch, if the guy
in Trevor's
third in line
favor.
hits you and hits me, I think that's probably the most efficient, but I don't know.
Copy.
45 is pitted. Or no, 45 pitted with him. Sorry, I just saw him in front of him. But yeah, he served his penalty. And so he is a lap down, 2 laps down with the penalty to the field. Back up front. Still no calls over the radio yet. As they come out of turn 4, this pack is hungry. We've got, how many is that? 11 cars in this pack that have not pitted. 12th place hasn't either. So the top 12 have not been down pit road yet for service. We've had 5 cars together go down. 4 of them came out together.
He's gonna go up last second.
And then you've got 11 together, and then you've got 12th place, the 87. Patrick has fallen back after losing the pack, so he's in trouble. I don't know. I guess right now just playing it out, hoping for a yellow, because if he pits now, he comes out a lap down, and that could be detrimental as well. So just trying to figure out how this plays out for these guys and how long they go. We're at 24 laps
you might be
remaining.
right about that bubble.
I know I'm right. I do this enough.
That's the last time I doubt you, Kyle.
The Eagle has spoken.
I push real good.
Yes, you do.
All right, giggity.
All right, still no pit stops yet. These guys are still staying together. 1.3 seconds from first to 11th. So they're all in single file. Waiting to see when these calls come. We're at 23 laps to go. Just got to pit for enough fuel to make it to the end. Obviously,
That looks a lot different than the last time we were down the back stretch.
The lead lap car, or the lead car in the pack is burning more fuel. So you got to make sure you give yourself enough fuel on the back end to be able to stay up front for anybody that pits here. Because if you're trying to win the race, that might be the catbird seat with 1 to go. It might not be. We've seen it work all different ways. Saw it in real life on Sunday. So this is going to be a heck of a run here to the end. Still, everybody stays together and stays out. Trevor Benz leads. 51 laps led now. With that, unless we have extra laps, he is locked in to lead the most laps in this race tonight. Again, 2 important bonus points to go with the 1 he has for leading a lap. Right now, currently, the driver with the bonus points, 3 bonus points for the fastest lap, is the 93 of Jonathan Hambrick. He ran a 45.850. Nobody else, well, one other driver has been in the 45s, but everybody else has been in the 46s. So that lap may be hard to replicate or beat, but we won't know until the end, certainly after these pit stops. But now we're at 21 to go. Trevor Benz leads. Todd
24
Smith
pitting
second.
this time.
Oh, there's a radio call.
33.
24, 33. We've got some pit calls.
Pitting this time.
8's pitting.
Going high.
29 pitting.
29 is pitting.
66.
66 pitting. This is going to be the leaders pitting here.
Putting in.
Going
Gonna
to
have
the
to
bottom.
watch coming to pit road here. 19. Oh yeah, everybody. All 12 of them or 11 of them coming to pit road. We got a pass for the lead going on to pit road. Wow, everybody gets on and no black flags. Now we got to get single file so anybody can make their pit box. So far so good. I don't see any troubles. I think everybody made it. I can't believe it. Everybody made it on the pit road in that group. That is the best pit road entry I've seen from a group of cars, certainly of that number. Now we're going to see them coming off. How does it happen? Who gets the run here? The 66. Great run off pit road. No black flags on exit, but we definitely have a big gap. We have some cars still on pit road. Here comes that first group that pitted already. That other group is all mixed up, and they are getting past. There's the 80 they're going by. Here comes the 33. He was leading going on the pit road. They are formed up and going. This could be... They're going to catch this first few here. Who we got in front of them? 3 cars, the 24, 29, and 66, and they're not all together yet. So this... We're going to have a battle for the lead here in just a second from 2 different pit strategies. And we are coming to 19 laps to go. Definitely had some cars get mixed up on pit road there that just did not have fast pit stops. They did full stops with like fuel, tires, and everything. And they're paying the price for how far back they are. But we've got one main group. 66 goes up to defend. The 77, that leaves the 29 and 24 together there on the bottom. I don't think that's going to work. 66 comes back down to give help. 13 still pushing that 77 really hard. Nolan Mills. So now we've got a pack of 7.
I have no idea what happened there, Nolan. That was crazy.
Actually 8. One of them is lap down. Alex Fuller's 2 down. But he's in this pack. That's 8 cars, 7 lead lap cars battling for the lead. The 66, 29 get a good pull out here. Out to the lead. Let's check in with our second group. He's got the 8 with him and the 93.
Are you damaged?
He gets out of the way. 64, classy move. Let them go by. Maybe he can tag along. He doesn't drop down. Now he does. Might be able to catch a draft. Checking the 88. He's staying. Okay, so he had bad luck too. With his pit stop, he was by himself. So I don't even know if he has stopped yet. Let's take a look. Okay, he stopped 2 laps ago. Okay. Well, everybody's made their last stop, but now we've got 15 cars on the lead lap. And we are separated. We've got 3 groups on the lead lap. Top 7 altogether. 8th, 9th, and 10th in a group. And then 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th in a group. Or actually, 11th is by himself. Trevor is by himself. Falling back, and the 80, the 32, 21, and 10 here, they're all going by, so I think the 80 should be able to tag along. Pit stops, they make or break you. Some guys got them down as efficiently and as effective as you can, and that's our lead pack. And then you have that second group. I mean, they are 4.7 seconds, and they are close to steady, but they are losing some time to that lead pack, and Andrew Gross is leading that.
Here, Todd.
that mid-pack had, I mean, there are 4 cars, 3 lead laps, and the 64 of Aaron McDonald is in there with them. So, I mean, that's 4 cars. They can get to pushing and working together. They might be able to close up that gap, but right now it's not working. This lead pack's just got too much momentum with 8 cars total in the pack, but they're running 2 rows of 4, actually 5 now, 9 cars, because the 87 was able to tag along once they got by him. Yeah, now we're at 5.1, 5.2. Second gap back to that second group, so they lost a few tenths in the last time we saw them on the backstretch. So, gonna need something to happen for the Geminator to get up and battle for this lead right now, because they are still just slightly losing time. But this lead group has not gotten all single file either, so you have the 29 and the 24 on the bottom. You have the top with the 13 pushing the 77, and the 2 and the 45 are staying with them up there up high. They're not trying to come down. And we are at 14 laps remaining here. Checking the timing here. Yeah, another 4/10 back to that group. So they are not able to make up the space. That 19, the 8, the 93. Not able to gain. Looks like Trevor got caught by that other group and had to kind of fold in. So Trevor has fallen to 14th. So they've got 5 cars in a group, but they're not really staying in line. Not enough organization there of working together, so that's really going to hurt them as they're over 17 seconds back. They're in need of a caution. But 3 distinct groups all around the track, made up of 18 total cars still out on the track in this race. 15 of them on the lead lap. You see that outside line staying 5 cars heavy, able to carry momentum better than the bottom. The bottom just does not have what it takes to make something happen. Now they do. Here we go. A little bit more, you know, even with the, almost even with the 77. Jump on board the 24. Let's see how hard he's pushing. In car, gyro cam. I'm not going to try to make you dizzy, I promise. So many roll bars on this side. It's hard to have a clear shot. Banking. 66 behind there, pushing the 24. You can see him in the rearview mirror. He's right on him. $11 laps remain in tonight's race. Not even the bigger group, that third group of cars, they're not catching the leaders. They are catching that second group though. 11 seconds or so separate the second pack from the third pack. They are closing in a little bit on them. That's just strength in numbers, so we'll see how that plays out. They'd have to gain, you know, a second a lap. But, oh, we see a move. The 24 dives underneath the 29, but still just nowhere to go. Looks like everybody's going single file. And they have. Now the 24 dives down. Here comes the 66. Here comes the 31. Trying to work the numbers. How hard are you willing to push to try to make that bottom line work? The 24 has been a really good pusher all day.
I don't know where you're trying to push me because the car and 2 cars in front of me.
Calls
We
over
ain't
the
going to
radio
catch
about
up at
pushing.
all. We all need to bump each other.
Ooh, the 31
We
double
have them,
slide
and
gets
we're not
up.
catching.
Oh no, wreck. We saw that.
I knew that was going to be me.
Got you loud and clear.
Oh,
I
we
don't know
do
why you
catch
can't
up.
hear
No.
Earl. Can you hear me?
Tough break for those drivers.
Checking
Just
that
trying to
turn one,
work
checking
hard
that
on the
turn one.
bottom and just could not hold on to it. It looks like the push just got them
I'm getting back going. Come on, y'all.
Squirrely, he tried to catch it.
I'll claim that. Gave him a bump, and he's just wiggling for half the corner there.
And while we're watching that, we got the 24 claimed that one. Just tough hit here. The 31 up into the 29 really hard, and then into the nose of the 66. Nowhere to go for those drivers. Tough break. But that resets the field. So there's a lot of guys thankful for a caution right now, but not those guys. They were in the lead pack. Guaranteeing yourself a top 10 finish, chance at it, take it to the last lap, and ran out of time there. And just a tough push puts those things on hold. So field has caught the pace car. Looks like the 31 had to tow. Yep. And I think, as I'm looking here, it says he's already used his fast repair. So that might be it. Although he doesn't have a meatball flag, so I don't know if he got enough damage to be told, but that car got tore up pretty bad. 13 comes down pit road. So does the 2, the 29, the 24. I think it's going to get the 87, a lucky dog. Get the 87 back on the lead lap, I believe. Yep, there he goes. '77 stays out, prevents the 45 from getting a another lap back here.
Defend the road course.
Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, the Geminator has a chance, Robert. He has a chance. Everybody on the lead lap. That's going to be 15 cars currently. Brendan Decker is listed as out of the race. Tough break. Tough break for Brendan. He's having such a good run. Bummer to see that for him. We're going to have a shootout. I don't know how many more cautions we're going to have, but that was our longest green flag run of the night, obviously. We had green flag pit stops. It brought what the strategy of the third stage in these races is supposed to be.
You okay, Mark?
Kinda.
Just checking in. 2-4, you claimed that one, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll take top.
Shootout is what we are going to get, my friend. All right, so now we've got that. 24 took responsibility, and even I saw in chat the 31 said he couldn't handle the push, so he took blame as well. His night is over. 24 did call it first, so EOL to the 24. Again, the claimant rules just to help keep these guys honest, and I want people, taking ownership for what happens on the track instead of just yelling and blaming each other. And so far, it's worked. It's not been 100% effective, but it has been helpful. And as the seasons go on, we'll see, habitual drivers more than likely get more trouble because of that claimant rule. Because if you're not claiming the incidents that you create, you can still be penalized. So that we're having the conversations during these cautions, and drivers are being more proactive about understanding that a mistake happened. It's not the end of the world, but just claiming for it and accepting responsibility. We're seeing that be more prevalent, and so far so good in the early stages of this new rule. We'll see what it's like down the road, but I've raced in some other leagues that had forms of it, or the same idea, just different number counts on how many you could claim, and I felt like it left a lot of drivers more responsible for themselves, and it was like an honor code, like an honor system, and seemed to work out pretty well. So I'm pretty excited to see how it plays out the rest of the season. Of all 3 series at that, because we're going to see it in play on all 3, and excuse me, the Saturday night Gen 6 Cup Series. I'm be interested to see how that plays out too. Pace cars down. We are going to restart 6-lap shootout.
Green flag.
77 with the restart. And down he comes in front of the 93. Everybody gets up to speed here. We're seeing back in the back the 24 may be affected by this EOL he got, because he is close to losing the pack with the start. The 64 got there a little bit, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Up front, the 77 leads the 93. 32, 33 behind them, 29 on the inside. You got 5 strong, 6 strong with the 8 right there behind. Here comes the 13. Now the 77 moves up. 93 to the inside. Jonathan Hambrick getting a good run here. He might lead himself his first lap of the race here. Looks like he will. That's going to be 5 laps to go. Oh, 64's in the wall.
Car on the outside head for that.
I had 4 cars wreck and no caution. That's crazy.
Caution. You can look at your steps for me right there.
Look like the cars by the outside wall will start collecting.
That may have been on me. I didn't know we were 3 wide.
Yeah, a car was behind me, then went up the middle.
Yeah, I had nowhere to go to slow down.
Yeah, everybody was checking up in front of me.
Checking up into 1.
I'm going to have to pit again, my steering's off.
Yeah, looking at that tight spot. That was lap
Hey, Todd, do I got any front end damage?
26.
Pull up to my left and take the wheel. Come on up. I look pretty good on this side in the front.
Well, I still got 1 free quick repair. Might as well use it.
I'd check to see how long it's going to take to repair, and then if you want to do it, then do your thing. I don't know. It looks good to me. Yeah, Josh, something happened. I got in your left rear, but it don't say I got damage. 87, will you check my right front for me?
Looks okay.
Think about it. It says no damage, but I kind of bounced off of him pretty good, like up in the air. So, all right, crazy.
Yeah, and I just got a, I don't know, so.
All right, just checking in on that one. I think I heard somebody claim it, but I was reviewing the incident at the time with the fans at home. So anybody on the claim on that one?
Yeah, I didn't know we were 3 wide. So.
Copy that. Thank you.
Onto the 2 and turned him down the track.
Trevor, I'm just going to call it down, taking him up.
24 and 2 got together on that one.
Yeah, copy that, Aaron. We were watching it. I was just, again, I leave the claim open for the incident to be claimed by a driver, so that way we can have that penalty. Thank you.
Over 3.5 minutes worth of repair.
All right, checking back in. Ben is getting repairs currently. So is Aaron. We're going to come to 1 to green. And this is going to put us at, I believe, our first green, white checkered. It just won't say it until we cross the stripe, I believe. I cannot see it over here right now. Let me shorten that. Okay, yeah, it's not claimed yet, but when we come around, it most likely will claim our first green, white checkered. 2 is coming off pit road, so we'll get that called out for Ben. There's that. Get that on there. Now we have all that caught up. Now we get to go back at it again. Hambrick leads. Trevor Ben's on the outside. And I believe that'll be our notification. Yep, first green, white checkered. Going extra laps, extra distance. With 15 cars on the lead lap still. Alex Fuller got the lucky dog there. That gets him 1 lap back. Now he's only 1 down. Another caution, another green, white checkered opportunity, and he could be on the lead lap if he's not involved in the incident. So anything is possible. Hey, Ivan. How's it going, buddy? All right, we are going to ride along with the 33. Trevor Ben's on the outside. He is not the control car when we hit the restart zone. That is the 93, Jonathan Hambrick. We're going to see how these lines work on this restart, and then we'll get to more wide coverage to watch the battles for this, what could be the first of many, or first of 3 green, white checkers. Not many, but it is limited, but this could be the only one as well. If we get to the white flag, the next flag ends the race, even if it is a yellow. Now, iRacing won't do it until we hit the last green, white checkered. But if we have a yellow before the white, we'll re-rack and go again. After the white flag comes out, there will not be another green, white checkered. That race will be over. So we're going to jump along here. We're going to watch this battle. See this restart as the pace car pulls down.
No.
Green flag.
Good start by both. '93 does get clear. He's getting bumps though. So is the 33 by the 8 and the 77. We are side by side out of turn 2. Numbers are stronger on the bottom, and then Andrew Groves moves to the outside to make the outside stronger in numbers. The rest of the pack is a little bit further back. Oh, they try to get down. The 8 and 33 trying to get to the bottom, and they do. That leaves the door open for the 77 and the 19 on the outside. What do they do? The 19 looks up.
My bad.
Down across the front stretch they come. White flag is in hand. The 19 is mowing the grass. White flag is out. This race is official. No caution. Tough break for Andrew. Oh my goodness. Again. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one. Looks like the 2 got collected in that too. The 8 pushing the 33. Big push from the 93 as well. How do they end this race? This race is final at the conclusion of this lap. Who's going to take it home? Trevor Benz still leads Edwin James. They're wrecking behind him. We still have a race. We still have 3 cars nose to tail. The 8 is pushing the 33.
Perfect job.
Here we go across the stripe. Trevor Benz is going to win it at Daytona. Give it to the Benz. Edwin James, P2. Jonathan Hambrick, P3. We have so much to unpack.
Good win, Trevor. Good race, go.
Thank you. Woo!
Good win, Trev.
Good win, 33. Good hard racing.
Quick shout out to all of you guys for coming and racing tonight. Great first race of the season. Thank you to Trevor for putting it together, and great win. I'm going to replay some incidents from the last 2 laps and then the top 3. I'll meet you in the interview room here in just a little bit. Thank you guys so much.
Good win, Trev. Great job, buddy. Great job.
All right, let's go back and take a look and see what happened with Andrew.
Cheers, guys. Great race.
So he blinks. Okay, so there's a blink. And then when he comes back, he comes down across the nose of the 93. A little glitch. Tries to hold it down, and at that time, the 2 is already getting turned by the 21 coming up to avoid the 45 who was slowing up.
Okay, congrats on the win.
Wow. And then that just gets, yeah, that's a bad netcode wreck. That's where blinking finally, unfortunately, caught it wrong. And then when we go back to the 77, I think was the car I saw. By the way, the blink count winner of the race was Andrew at 72, and Trevor had 45. But tough luck for the 19. He had a fast car all night, so the 77's changing lanes, trying to figure out who to get in front of. And then a big push just by the left rear by the 66 gets the 77 turned around, and they wrecked, and the 80 and the 87 are involved in that one. And sparks just splashing. And then there's Trevor Benz bringing her home. Wow, what a finish. So we will take this back a few laps. We're going to have some caution laps involved in this, but I'm just going to get us a display set up for tonight's interviews, which is usually just a little magic. Yeah, that looks good. We'll do that, and then we will power just a little fast forward. Get rid of that. We'll pull up our names. We've got that there, and then we're going to go to P3. Jonathan Hambrick will be the first one that we talk to. Looks like he is in the booth ready to go, so let's get Jonathan pulled up here. And then let me get things open just 1 second here, Jonathan. There we go. Discord's turned on. Jonathan, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy? All right, man. First off, congratulations on P3. Looks like tonight's race was it was a slugfest with the cautions, the bumping, the incidents, just the things that we had going on. 130 laps of Daytona is a long night. Tell us about how you got to be in position, like even up to that restart, getting to be the leader on that restart and still come home and, even with everything that happened, still come home with the top 3, which is a well-deserved top 3. Really? It's the first? Well, congratulations, my friend. I think I have to double check. I am not certain if the audio is coming through. I just saw my sound bar and I don't see it moving. I turned on Discord chat. I apologize. I want to make sure this is working. Let's see. Can I have you key up one time for me? Okay, it's being angry. Let's turn on desktop audio and try that. Now try it. You can go ahead and key up again.
Can you hear me good on there?
Okay, now it pops on my desktop, but my Discord isn't working. I have it separated, so now it should come through. Ivan, let me know if you can hear him now. Yeah, I'm sorry. We can go ahead and start again. I can see it working now, but I have it separated for Discord only, and it's not working. So I had to turn on my PC sound. So now you're good and good to go. I'm sorry. Congrats again, P3. Let's restart, re-rack. I want you to have your interview. Great job on your first ever FGR podium that you were talking about. Tell us about how you got there and how that race finished for you.
You know, I just that last right before the caution when we were riding, just half throttled it. I had enough fuel where everyone pitted. I was just like, I'm going to stay out and try to get a lap lead, and then I ended up leading a couple, getting first on the next caution. So everything worked out. Kept it clean. I still had my fast repair. First time I've done a Daytona race with that here, and still had my fast repair. Usually I'm upside down at some point. So, but got stage points every stage. I think I got the fastest lap. So good day. Wanted to thank Andrew and Donald for the pushes and the teamwork there. That really helped a lot.
Yeah, you guys were really working well together. I know Andrew and you with the teamwork that you guys put together showed a lot tonight. I know the race didn't end as well for him with what looked to be coming to the white flag, a blink in 3 and 4, and then he net coated through your front of your car and mowed the grass, and that kind of ended his night and chances for bringing home a good finish. But you guys were there, throughout the race, and it was fun to watch. So feel bad for Andrew. He had a tough break there at the end, but still a heck of a night and a great finish for you.
Yeah, I think all three of us got stage points for the first and second stage, and then me and Donald got top 10 at the end there. So yeah, it was a good night for Rocky Top.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again on P3. It was a great run, great finish, good looking car. The one thing I have to say is that number on the hood needs to be flipped. You're pointing your number towards the fans and not towards the center of the track, and it throws me off all night. But other than that,
on the hood or the roof?
On the roof. Sorry, on the roof.
Okay. The numbers came with the paint, so I'll have him adjust that.
Gotcha. All good, man. But otherwise, great run tonight, and congratulations on a podium. And you did get fastest lap. You led 5 laps tonight. And for a Daytona race, I mean, generally we see incident points really high. Incident number counts for a lot of drivers really high. Nobody had over 20. You had 11, but nobody had over 20 for an individual driver. So that's a really good night. We had a total for the room of 247. We raced here in Gen 6s for the full 500, and we had 1,500 over 70 more laps, right? And a full field of 40 cars, but it was crazy how fast that number grew. And even though we had some cautions tonight, it wasn't near as crazy and as hectic. But some of those pushes and the side drafts and the lane changes were super crazy throughout the night. We could have had a lot more, but we didn't. It was really fun to watch. And again, great job getting that fastest lap, stage points, and finish it with the third place, bud.
Thank you very much, man. I look forward to the next one.
All right, man. Well, we'll catch up with you next week. You have yourself a great night, okay, buddy?
You too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It's Jonathan Hambrick, P3 tonight. Great run for him. Now we're going to talk to P2. We're going to get Edwin up here and have a little interview, have a little talk, see if he's all right to talk.
I didn't want to take.
Oh, Edwin, it's Jason in the booth. Sorry to interrupt you mid-conversation.
All good.
Congratulations,
all good.
Brother, on P2. Hell of a run there at the end. Tell us about your night.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple of incidents at the beginning. Cars just kept trying to find their path across my front bumper. Got it repaired, tried to stay out of trouble the rest of the race, and happened to find myself behind my buddy there, and I told him just go, and I'll be right there with you.
Yeah, that
and
looked
I just pushed the crap out of him.
that looked exactly as you said. It was you got those bumpers together on that restart and just went. And there how that worked. I mean, a little bit of mayhem behind you, but a really good place to be was in the top 3 on that last lap
Yes.
because Jonathan even had, the 19 glitching through him coming to take the white flag and was able to come through and still get third, which was a great run, but it was a little bit of a melee behind you guys. So really good job. You're bringing the 8 closer to victory lane than the real driver can, which is kind of crazy. But just one spot tonight, but still a really good run. Good looking car. Love the Lucas paint scheme with the red wheels. Couldn't miss you all night. It was there, and at the end of the day, you bring it home second, and a good push to Trevor and get him the win was a great work by you guys to work together to make that happen. Other than that, I'm going to give you the floor, man. Anybody you want to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Eagle. He's the one that called the pit. I wasn't gonna pit, but I think that was the right call looking back now. So shout out to the Eagle for his pit strategy. Shout out to Trevor. He's a good teammate. Happy to help him win. Shout out to all the other admins at FGR. Shout out to you for this broadcast. Shout out to my wife nursing me today. Oh, she's at the door. We got P2. We finished second. Yeah, we got second place. So.
That's right. That's your crew chief right there. We got to get Stacy a darn trophy here. You got to get a win for her, okay?
That's the crew chief and the caretaker. She nursed me back to almost 100% today. So,
well, great job by her. Yeah. You sound good, man. It was great that you were able to make it tonight too.
Yep. We'll try to be here tomorrow, and we'll be ready for the broadcast on Saturday, I think. So.
Awesome. Good to hear, man.
All good around here.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, great job, great run. It was awesome to see that car up front, and we'll see you back on track. Well, tomorrow night in the ARCA series at Phoenix. So,
yeah, we'll have that knock Chevy up there.
There we go.
See how that thing does out in the desert.
Absolutely, brother. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. All right, that was Edwin James. P2 tonight. Great run. Now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes. Let's grab our buddy Trevor Benz, race winner, to the broadcast booth. Trevor Benz, do you got a copy?
Man, I'm right here.
Winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations, my friend. What a heck of a run. You ended up being the most dominant car when it comes to laps led tonight. You led 54 laps. You led 33 out of 35 in the first stage, and then you didn't lead any in the second stage. And then the third stage comes, and here you are right there up front battling. Green flag pit stop. Tell me about that. What happened there? Because you fell off of the guys you pitted with, and you were kind of running by yourself until you had a caution bring us back together. What happened there for you?
Yeah, so I don't know if I came in the entrance too soft or whatnot. I just was really worried about I didn't want to get ran over or get a penalty like I usually do on the last green flag stop of all these races that we run. So I was being a little cautious, but I added 1 tab too much fuel. So with that 1 tab, I'm sitting in the pit stall pressing my gas as I see everybody passing me, and I'm pressing. I'm ready to go. I can't go nowhere. And I just leave pit road. I'm like, I just cost myself a chance. Oh my god! But
yeah, that was tough. You guys had 11 cars come down pit road together, and that was the best. I mean, you definitely, you could tell everybody was being a little bit hesitant, especially you, because you were the leader, and all 11 of you came on pit road without penalty, which is, I mean, that's difficult to do in any form of racing, let alone sim racing. Even in real life, you see cars spin out. We saw it last week.
Yeah.
500. That was really awesome to see. And then the back end, I was like, well, I'm going to see most of them get together. And then there was only it was 2 different groups. And then I saw you and I was like, oh no, this isn't good. Trevor was leading. I'm like, he's going to be heartbroken. And then the caution comes. How do you reset yourself when that caution came and you got to reset yourself with the field?
I I didn't see the wreck I didn't see the wreck at all. I didn't even know who got in the wreck. I just caught up to the field. I'm I didn't stay. I'm staying out. I'm not pitting. And I was expecting about 2 to 3 cars come down pit road, and it turned out to be like 6 or 7, I think it was. And it put me in position to where I can just focus and do what I need to do to at least have a chance to win. And once he picked the inside, I know Donald Ray was a good pusher because he pushed me a lot during that stage one, like you mentioned. So can't take that credit away from him. I knew he had a good pusher behind him, but Edwin, that's my boy, and I knew he was gonna hook up with me, and it was my opportunity again to lose it, and I just it's been 2 long weeks at this track. I've been tired of it. I even said in the chat in the race control chat that this track has been torture to me in 2 weeks. I lost the 500 in all 500. In the official 500, I got wrecked. The same spot Chase Elliott got wrecked. It. I just wanted to do good tonight, and it came through finally. Like Daytona, my favorite track, it finally happened.
Hey, the stars aligned, brother, and it happened on the first race of your second season with these next gens. Heck of a start. Way to kick off the season. You're going to walk away with, good stage points. You're going to walk away with bonus points, and then you're going to have the most points for winning the race too. So it's a good way to start the season. It's a long 12 weeks to get through the regular season before we get to the playoffs, and it looks like it's going to be a tough battle all the way through this regular season. We have a
Yeah.
lot of new members that joined, right? And we had a good amount of new faces in the race tonight that we haven't gotten to see. So, super speedway racing's one level, but now we're going to turn around and we're going to go to a totally different track here in just a couple days, or in another week. We're going to
Mhm.
go to Gateway. You know what I mean? That's not a super
Yeah.
speedway. So how do you prep going into
Mm-mm.
Gateway? What do you feel like is going to be the biggest strength that you're going to need to have to stay up front and battle these guys at a track like Gateway?
It's the biggest thing to me. We'll talk about the track first. Gateway, I gotta have patience. They're two totally different opposite ends of the track. You got one long turn and you got one short turn. You really gotta be patient. You gotta keep your tires alive, and I've been trying to really practice that lately, and if I get enough practice and dial in, I think I do pretty good. It's just when I'm rushing around and stuff and just dealing with life, it just run out of time. But I think I can, long as I hang in with stage points, that's what's going to be my next point. I need stage points. I notice a lot of leagues that I run in that have stage points, I always fail to advance because of stage points. So my goal, I want to get stage points. I want to be in contention at the end of the year. That's the main goal. So yeah.
That makes sense, man. It all makes good sense, and that track is definitely going to be about patience. Because if you can take care of your tires, I feel like you got a really good chance of having a good car at the end. Take care of your stuff, make sure you're there at the end when it matters the most. And I think you got the right plan. And taking care of the car and making sure that you can have it what you need at the end of these runs, certainly with the lighter fuel load, it's going to create that challenge. So again, I have nothing but flowers to give to you, man. Hell of a run tonight. Way to start the season. It's the way it
Yeah,
needs to
thank
be,
you.
man. It's Daytona, man. It's your track, and I feel you. You've had a rough couple weeks with
Yeah,
this
I know.
track.
I
So now you
yeah,
get it
I
done.
know. I mean, the official, blah. But the FGR 500, I was there. I ran out of people to help me. I had nobody to help me at the end. So that's really what came down to. I couldn't make no move to even try to save the race 'cause I had no help. But
Right. You've had it taken
there's
from you
always
all
next
different
year, like they
ways. You
say.
haven't had the help. You've gotten crashed. I mean, you take all these different ways to lose a race, and then the stars align, and you find a way to win the race. And it's a big race. It's 130
Yep.
laps. It was 131 laps actually because of overtime. But we went a long distance tonight, and you come out and you get the big dog. You got the big finish. You get the checkered flag. You get to raise your chest. Week one winner. You start as You're the only guy that's won so far this season. That's a way to start the season because now you go in undefeated the next week. So now you got to stand tall and find a way to make that happen again next week. They're going to be coming for you, T-Benz. They're going to be coming for you.
Yep. And the first thing it starts with is qualifying.
Yep.
As you seen tonight, I don't know if you've seen it.
I saw where you was. I saw where you was. You started better than normal. You started better than normal.
That was the best.
You did
the
good.
best start I ever got. So once that started like that, I'm like, just stay up front, stay up front. I didn't want to go to the back at all.
Yeah.
But before the interview gets over, because I know it's late, everybody got work. I want to give a big thanks to you. You love racing these cars, and you stepped out of the car to broadcast this league. So I very appreciate it. Second, I appreciate all the drivers in this series. I try to put a lot of effort in the schedule, and I try to keep it a fair distance. So we have strategy amongst the stages. So I do thank everybody, and I hope everybody enjoys the season and has fun.
Well, man, we appreciate you. We thank you very much for putting this together. And again, congratulations on a great win, man. I hope you enjoy it tonight. And then tomorrow we're back at it in the ARCA series at Phoenix. So maybe you can make something happen there and just carry this roll right through the weekend because you know what we got Saturday. We start the big stuff Saturday too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to Auto Club and try to get it done. So it's a big weekend. So way to start the weekend, man. Way to start the weekend.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations again, brother.
But
congratulations
have a good night,
on a heck of a win. You have a great night.
Yes, sir. Thank
We'll
you.
see you tomorrow, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow.
All right, bud. All right, that's Trevor Benz. P1 tonight. Champion. Great race. We had a few cautions. We had a few craziness, but at the end of the day, he comes out on top. Great win for him. Like he said, a lot of bad luck at Daytona over the officials and the Daytona, our FGR Daytona 500 from a couple weekends ago, to be able to bring it out on top. Great run for him. So we're going to take a look at the standings real quick. Trevor's going to bring home first place, Edwin in second, Jonathan in third, and we just talked to them guys. Nick Sutton with a P4. Great run for Nick. That's his first time racing with us in this series. Jacob Rush, same for him, P5. Donald Ray's going to bring it home P6. Joshua O'Brien had some tough breaks there at the end. Brings her home P7. Kyle Heath is going to bring it home 8th. Patrick Roberts is going to come home 9th. Mark Owlett is going to finish 10th. Todd Smith gets 11th. Nolan Milnes in 12th. Eric Broom in 13th. Andrew Groves in 14th. Ben Summerford in 15th. Alex Fuller is going to home P16. Aaron McDonald 17th. Brendan Decker is going to come home 18th. Further down the field, wrapping it up, Michael Moquin comes home 19th. Douglas Ross Jr. had an upload packet loss in the middle of the race, comes home 20th. Joseph Klein left early, 21st, and Taylor Curtin had a couple early wrecks with a fast car after getting that pole. Going to come home 22nd. So that is going to be it for us tonight. I really appreciate all of you tagging along, being a part of it. We will be back live tomorrow night with the ARCA series. Friday Night Clash at Phoenix. Broadcast will be live at roughly about 8:30 Eastern. So we will see you all tomorrow night. And thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Thank you.